They haven't lost a home game in nearly 2 years, and today the Arizona State Sun Devils will need all the positive home field mojo they can muster as ASU gets set to host the Big 12 Conference's best team so far this year, the undefeated and 7th-ranked Red Raiders of Texas Tech. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Tim Healy, joined by my broadcast partner, Jeff Van Raphorst, as we welcome you to our Sun Devil Radio Network broadcast of today's game, which comes your way on a beautiful day between the Buttes. Game time temperatures 81 degrees on a sunny Saturday at Mountain America Stadium's Frank Kush Field. After opening the season 4-1, the defending Big 12 champion Sun Devils took one on the chin last Saturday at Utah, losing to the Utes 42-10. Arizona State's previously solid run defense allowed 276 rushing yards, Rapper, while the Sun Devil offense, playing without injured quarterback Sam Leavitt, managed just one touchdown.
Yeah, I thought Jeff Sims did a nice job overall. We talked about it. Sometimes you point at the quarterback, but I think a lot of football starts in the trenches, right? Offensive line and defensive line, and Utah just controlled the line of scrimmage, and even a bigger challenge for ASU here today.
The good news today for the Devils, Sam Leavitt will be back in the lineup at quarterback. But my question, Jeff, would be how effective will Sam be after what for him now will be a 3-week layoff from competition, and how mobile will he be as he recovers from the injury to his lower right leg? And mobility is such a huge part of his game.
Yeah, it's based on, and I'm hoping that it's a boring game. I'm hoping he can just step back and throw the ball quickly and get rid of it. I think the less of Sam we see, like athletic prowess, and the more we see just quick rhythm passing, is going to be the best. I mean, we need him to channel his inner Taylor Kelly, who we know is down there on the sidelines.
Yeah, that's a great point. Now, of course, the story on Texas Tech has been well documented as to how the Red Raiders went on a big-time NIL spending spree in the offseason, bringing in, 21 transfers, many of whom have been instrumental in the program's best start in 12 years. They're 6-0. They not only have the nation's #1 ranked offense, as is often the case, this year they've added a dominant defense to match as they rank in the national top 10 in rushing, scoring, and total defense. In addition, Rapper, Tech has won all 6 of its games by 24 points or more. And how about this nugget? They have not yet trailed in a game for a single second this season.
Yeah, mark off 3 things off my chart that I can't talk about because it jumped all over them. Let's start with the transfer portal. Let me ask you this. Are you a fan of Major League Baseball from a competitive standpoint?
Yeah, except you just get the feeling that it's the same small group of teams that really are in serious contention to go play in the World Series.
And that's what I think.
Case in point, look at the National League champion Dodgers, right?
Right, exactly. Look at the Dodgers, look at the Yankees, people that have money. If you look at what's happened in college football, I'll be honest, it bites. And it's all about money. And the #1 and #2 schools in the country that are putting out money are Texas and Texas Tech. Then you've got Oregon, Ohio State following behind them. Texas Tech's payroll, according to SportsIllustrated.com, is estimated at $21 million this year.
Wow.
In the transfer portal, they picked off 10 of the top 20 guys, 3 of the top 4 defensive players, and those defensive players are Romello Height, Lee Hunter, and David Bailey.
They're 3/4 of their starting D-line.
Exactly. Their starters that we played last year that we lost to are backing up. Now you've got these big money guys in here, and if you think I'm bitter, yeah, it's a little bit of a bitter beer face.
But it's pretty accurate, everything you said. And both these teams, by the way, will be dealing with injury issues today, even with Sam Leavitt back. ASU will be without 2 of its starting offensive linemen, guard Ben Coleman, who's out for the year, and center Wade Helton, who was hurt this week in practice and won't play today. As for Texas Tech, one of their star defensive linemen, Skylar Gill Howard, is out for the season. And in addition, their star quarterback, Baron Morton, is not expected to start due to a leg injury, but their backup, redshirt freshman Will Hammond, has played a lot and he's played well this season, and Morton reportedly would be available if needed. As the captains are headed to the center of the field right now, where our referee today from the Big 12 Conference, Luke Richmond, is about to officiate the coin toss, and let's see if we can pick that up down on the field.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Texas Tech, you are the visitor, and we'll call the toss. We have a heads, and that's a tails. It's a heads and tails. What's your call? Heads. He called heads. It is a tails. You have won the toss.
You want to defer?
Arizona State has won the toss, deferred their option to the second half.
So Texas Tech will get the opening kickoff as on this gorgeous sunny afternoon. Time now
Texas
to check
Tech
in with the third member of our broadcast crew as we
gentlemen.
say good afternoon to sideline reporter Kevin Turner. KT.
Hey, how about it? No wind, no rain, no monsoon, no 35-degree, no hail. An absolutely Chamber of Commerce day on this overseeded Bermuda grass winter rye. Perfect playing conditions down here on the sidelines. Like you guys were talking about earlier about the keys to victory this afternoon, I think it all starts with what you guys were talking about. It's trench warfare this afternoon. It's who controls the line of scrimmage. As Kenny says, it's all about the ball. If we can create some turnovers and some big momentum explosives, we've got a great opportunity. Hey, it's Hall of Fame weekend here in Sun Devil country. Let's have a Hall of Fame performance, guys.
And in that vein, KT, the Sun Devils are wearing uniforms, throwback uniforms, out of respect for the 1975 undefeated 12-0 Sun Devil team of Coach Frank Kush that is entering the Hall of Fame as a team, the ASU Athletics Hall of Fame, this weekend. So the Devils are wearing white today at home. They've got gold helmets with the sunburst and the letters ASU in the middle of it on the helmet. White shirts with maroon numbers and letters, and gold pants. Texas Tech in all red with their black helmets. And it's cool to see that there are little sunbursts on each corner of both end zones here. And the maroon, gold, maroon striping that is on the shirts the Sun Devils wearing adjoins the letters Arizona State in the north end zone and Sun Devils in the south end zone. Wide receivers Micah Hudson and Leighton Stone are back deep to await the kick of Jesus Gomez. Texas Tech, which will receive, will go right to left across your dial in the first half, attacking the north end zone of Mountain America Stadium. Delighted you are with us on a delightful Saturday afternoon as Gomez puts foot into it and off we go. A line drive kick booted on one hop out of the end zone for a touchback. And Texas Tech will go to work from its 25-yard line. That is the 18th touchback, by the way, in 28 kickoffs this year for Jesus Gomez. So we expect to see redshirt freshman Will Hammond from Austin, Texas, as the starter at quarterback today for the Red Raiders, starting in place of the injured Baron Morton. And the running back is Cam Dickey, the number 2 rusher in the Big 12, who is coming off a remarkable 263-yard performance last week against Kansas, the 5th best single-game performance in Texas Tech history.
And that is a huge number. I mean, think about 260 yards of offense, of rushing.
And Dickey will get the hand. No, Hammond will fake the give, tries to get outside, and he's dropped for a loss by cornerback Keith Abney. Actually, it's a gain of a yard. I should beg your pardon. It is just a 1-yard gain to the 26, but a great ankle tackle in the open field by Abney. Texas Tech going at tempo. They're ready to go on second down off play action. Hammond delivers a pass, and that's complete, short of the first down. The pass is caught by Caleb Douglas, and Miles Ghost Rouser was in on the tackle immediately. The gain is to the 33-yard line. A pickup of 7. It'll be third down and a long 2. The ball spotted between the 37 and 38.
3rd and 2. These guys are unbelievable. 52% third down conversions on the season for Texas Tech.
3rd in the Big 12, 14th nationally. As Dickey motions out of the backfield, it's an empty set for Will Hammond on 3rd and a long 2.
Got a man-free look. ASU coming with the blitz. Going to get a false start here, I believe, on Texas Tech.
Prince Dorba was charging across the line of scrimmage, but he was drawn offside, we believe, as we wait for the official call. Again, Luke Richmond is our referee.
False start. Offense, number 72. Penalty, 3rd down.
That's Texas Tech center Sheridan Wilson, a junior from Argyle, Texas, who, by the way, was recruited at one time by Arizona State. Ball back between the 27 and the 28-yard line. Call it 3rd and 8 for the Red Raiders on their opening possession of the game.
Got a man-free look again for ASU.
Hammond off play action, drops back to pass. Good protection, throws to the near side of the field. The leaping catch is made, but short of the first down as Reggie Virgil, a transfer from Miami of Ohio, caught the ball, and Adrian Boogie Wilson got to him and it is well short of the first down. And the line of scrimmage, the 31-yard line of Texas Tech. So how about that? The Devils get a 3 and out on the opening possession.
Yeah, they went trips to the field that time. They had the throw early. The receiver was open, just late with the ball. New quarterback got it out late. ASU rallied to stop it.
Jack Burgess is on to punt it away to Zechariah Sample, making his season debut as the punt returner. And the ball hit a Sun Devil, but bounced out of bounds into the Arizona State bench. Inside the 25-yard line, it looked like the ball hit off of Rodney Bimage, Sun Devil backup cornerback who's on the punt protection team, or the punt cover team, I should say. And boy, the Devils dodged a little bullet there. Their line of scrimmage will be the 24-yard line as it hit off Bimage, but it carried him directly out of bounds. He was right in front of the ASU bench.
Yeah, that's on the punt returner. He needs to be yelling out there. You know, typically it's Peter Peters, the indicator for a bad punt, and for the blockers to get out of the way. But you mentioned the Sample in there. He's new.
First time fielding punts. Sam Levitt on first down throws a quick slant, and Shimon Mateer with the catch, and he's got big yardage out past the 40-yard line all the way out to the 43 of Arizona State. That's a 19-yard gain and a first down.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about pregame. Get the ball out of your hands quick. Don't allow that defensive line to get running and put pressure on the quarterback. Nice throw into the slot left side by Sam Levitt.
Rayleigh Brown, with decked out in fluorescent orange shoes, is in there as they give it on the end around the jet sweep to Jordan Tyson, but it's a very short gain, as making the tackle is safety Cole Wisniewski, a transfer from North Dakota State. And the gain is very minimal for Tyson on the jet sweep. They're going to spot the ball at the ASU 44, gain of 1. Compressed formation here on 2nd down and 9. Rayleigh Brown, the running back. Love those kicks he's got on today. As Levitt on 2nd down throws quickly to Tyson, complete. Jordan tackled immediately by cornerback Dante Balfour at the 49. It's a gain of 5. It'll set up a 3rd and 4.
Again, nice quick rhythm throw. You put Tyson in the slot, let him run that curl route, pick up 6 yards. 3rd and 3, pretty manageable number here.
Derek Eusebio is checked in at a wide receiver, one of 3 receivers to the right of the formation.
Hey, Tim, you got a man-free look with Tyson in press coverage on the left. I'd be shocked if that ball doesn't go to the left.
And that's where Tyson wants to throw it, Levitt wants to throw it, but the pass is deflected at the line of scrimmage by defensive lineman A.J. Holmes, who is starting at tackle in place of the injured Skylar Gill Howard. And that will force the Sun Devils to punt the football.
Yeah, they tried a little wheel concept. Tyson runs a slant route. The back ran the wheel route down the sidelines. And Texas Tech kind of, in some regards, if you're going to play man, as a defensive coordinator, that ball is probably going to Jordan Tyson.
So on the punt, and Canyon Floyd is punting for the first time in several weeks. And he gets off a nice spiraling kick that's fair caught at the 7-yard line by Texas Tech slot receiver Coy Aiken. They will actually spot the ball at the 8. So it'll be a punt of 44 yards, no return. Timeout on the field, 11:28 left first half. No score, ASU and Texas Tech here on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network. Not a bad start for the Sun Devils in a scoreless game. They got a 3 and out on defense, managed 1 first down on offense before punting. But, Jeff, I think we all like the quick rhythm passes of Sam Levitt to try to combat that ferocious Texas Tech front 7.
Yeah, I think that's, the way that you beat a fast defensive front is to get the ball, right? Whoever has the ball, they're going to hit. So get rid of it quick. You've got an injured quarterback, so you want to get rid of it quickly. You've got your 3rd string center in. You want to get rid of it quickly. You got your backup left guard in there. Well, you can argue Obigbo has started a couple of games, but I think he was being pushed to that number 2 spot. So it's all about getting rid of it quick and seeing what they can generate, with a quick rhythm passing game.
That good punt by Canyon Floyd, a 42-yarder. Will start Texas Tech at their own 8-yard line with the Red Raiders' 2nd possession of the football game, right in front of that ASU student section in the south end zone. Again, the Devils wearing white at home today, white jerseys. On first down, they hand the ball off. This is Jacoby Williams breaking a tackle, getting up the near sideline, and he's got a first down out past the 20-yard line. Boogie Wilson able to push him out of bounds at the 27, but that's a pickup of 19 yards on the give to sophomore running back Jacoby Williams, who was their second leading rusher.
They pulled both guards, and this ball really should have been tackled. They had a shot, they just couldn't get him down.
Will Hammond tries to run, and he's going nowhere as he's thrown down to the turf by Prince Dorba for a loss back to the 23-yard line, a loss of 5. Hammond, I don't know if that was a design quarterback draw or if he just decided he was going to take off quickly, but he looked past and then after about a second and a half wanted to run, and Dorba got there and threw him down. Second down and 14 from the 23. Again, this is a design quarterback draw, and that time the Devils swarm on Hammond and drop him after a minimal gain. In on the tackle again, Prince Dorba along with Texan C.J. Fight. It's a gain of 1 to the 24, and we'll set up third down and 13.
Yeah, this is the down Brian Ward wanted to get to, right? He wants to get to third and long with a non-passing quarterback. Hammond at 38 of 57, 67%. He's only thrown 57 balls on the year.
On third down, Hammond looking to throw, swings it out of the backfield to Williams, and Jacoby Williams is out past the 30, but he's going to be stopped again short of the first down. And among those in on the tackle, Jordan Crooks and defensive lineman, veteran Anthony Cooper was out there as well. The tackle made near the 33. It'll set up a fourth down and 4. And for the second time already, Texas Tech brings in the punting unit. Kind of an unconventional
little swinging
shift,
gate,
a little swinging gate by the
left.
Red Raiders, but now they shift into a more conventional punt set for their Australian kicker Jack Burgess, who gets off a high end-over-end kick, deep kick. Zechariah Sample fields at the 18, and he heads to the near side of the field, and it's a nice return as Sample stays in bounds and gets up near midfield. Holy moly, where's he been all year? Zechariah Sample, Sun Devil freshman wide receiver from Pickens, Mississippi, fielding the punt and taking the ball all the way. They're going to spot the ball. It looks like near the 49-yard line, a 30-yard return by Sample.
Yeah, let me tell you what happened in Sample's head. Here comes the ball, here comes the ball. It's in the sun. Oh, catch it. Okay, caught it. Oh, man, run! And all of a sudden he took off down the right sideline. I mean, he just looked like he was new and excited, wanted to get that ball down the sideline.
Timeout on the field, still no score. ASU and Texas Tech on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network. How about that 31-yard punt return by redshirt freshman wide receiver Zechariah Sample, making his season debut today? And Rapper, you and I were talking. Our engineer producer Sean Crespin is joining us now because, Sean, you were out here setting up equipment yesterday afternoon when the Devils were trying to get some practice for their punt returners.
Yeah, just a quick little nugget here as we're getting ready to get back into play. But yeah, they were out here shooting balls for about 45 minutes, getting used to this sky with the young punt returner you saw just a moment ago, just getting used to the climate they're seeing today.
Same direction, were they shooting south and north?
They were actually.
On first down, a handoff to Raleek Brown, and Brown is stacked up after just a 1-yard gain, tackled by 330-pound senior nose guard Lee Hunter, who was twice all Big 12 at UCF and then transferred to Texas Tech and has been a big space eater in the middle of that Red Raider D-line. Gain of only a yard. It'll be second down and 9 and another compressed formation. Cameron Harpole, an extra tight end, is in there. Malik McClain is in there. Tyson and Mateer also as receivers. And on second down, Levitt on a short drop, in trouble, and down he goes at the 45-yard line. And again, Lee Hunter was the first one to bull his way through there and get to Sam Levitt. It's a loss of 4 yards, and it will set up a third down and 13.
Yeah, David Bailey is playing over the left tackle and comes right through the left guard. I believe it was Bailey that got that sack, and he came right through a big bow. That left guard has been just a really, really weak area for ASU.
And that's the reason why you want those quick passes, huh?
Get rid of it quick.
Third and 13. Levitt drops back, pressure coming, and down he goes again as he stepped right up and right into the arms of David Bailey, the national leader in sacks, the one-time Stanford star who just got in his 10th sack of the year.
Yeah, Bailey again lines up over left tackle. This time they try to chip him with Mateer, and then Josh Akins just gets crushed on a spin route. I mean, Akins leans to the outside and Bailey spins to the inside for a sack.
So Canyon Floyd on to punt it away, and this is a line drive wobbler. It
hit him.
It hit a Texas Tech player, and that goes out of bounds with Coy Aiken, the punt returner, able to cover the ball out of bounds. That's once for each team where we have seen downfield punts inadvertently hit a member of the team, but in any event, it's a 42-yard punt and no return. Texas Tech will take over at its 22 when we return. 7:14 left first quarter, still no score. ASU and Texas Tech here on the Sun Devil Radio Network. Each team with 2 possessions, neither team able to score. In fact, I think we've only had 1 first down per team so far in this ball game, and Texas Tech will take over its 22-yard line. And Jeff Van Raphorst, I think we're seeing early on, Sam Levitt is back in the lineup, but clearly his mobility is compromised by that lower leg injury. Just unable to move very well and got sacked on back-to-back snaps.
Yeah, you kind of wonder an injury. Is he unable to move, or is he just really trying to play a different
Cautious,
game? Yeah. And, it's
really only he could tell, right?
Yeah, I mean, we don't really know, but it's interesting to watch how the defensive line at Texas Tech is really dictating what Sam's going to do. Sam has 2 choices, right? Throw quick or run. Because right now ASU has not shown the ability to pass protect. Bailey has 2 sacks. He's now he's number 3 in the country with 25 career sacks. Bailey had 3 sacks last week at Kansas. He's got 2 in the first 8 minutes.
The Red Raiders had a school single game record 9 sacks in that game against Kansas last week in Lubbock. 1st and 10 from the 22. Cameron Dickey is back in at running back.
Blitz.
Hammond throws quickly to the far side through the hands of the intended receiver Virgil, incomplete, as Boogie Wilson came up and gave Reggie Virgil a pop after that ball went through his hands, out of bounds, incomplete.
Yeah, they got a blitz off the field side into the right-handed quarterback. They were trying to throw a wide receiver screen out wide. He had to throw it over the blitzing safety, and it was just high. Good job by Brian Ward and the defense.
Clayton Smith, Elijah O'Neal, the rush ends. Jacob Rich-Kungaika and Blazin Lonawong, the tackles. Here's Cameron Dickey, and he runs right into the arm of several Sun Devils. Moves the pile forward to actually pick up 3 yards to the 25, but the fellow we mentioned, Blazo Lonawong, was the first to wrap him up. So it'll be a 3rd down and 7 for Texas Tech as the Red Raiders get a sub. Coy Aiken, the veteran, comes in at a wide receiver spot. He and Reggie Virgil are split wide to the left side, and then you have 2 receivers, one of them being Caleb Douglas, split wide to the right. The other is tight end Terrence Carter.
Yeah, they're like a double stack, one right behind the other. Both are split wide right and left.
3rd down and 7. Hammond to throw. Far side, gets the pass off. It's caught by Douglas, tackled immediately. The first hit came from Keith Abney. And coming in to assist, linebacker Jordan Crooks. And the play gains nothing, and it's out to the 30-yard line. It'll set up a punting situation. And already the Sun Devils forcing the Red Raiders into their 3rd punt of the first quarter.
Yeah, Crooks and Abney come in and make a great play on that. It's interesting. It seems like the coordinators are just setting their defense down at 7 or 8 yards, trying to get in to clog up those short passing lanes.
Zachariah Sample, who had a 31-yard return last time he fielded a punt, is awaiting this kick from Burgess, and it's a beauty. Lots of hang time. Sample looking up into that sun and does a nice job to make the fair catch at where they're going to spot the ball, right around the 21-yard line. That's a 49-yard punt with no return, but good job by Sample in his first game as the Sun Devils punt returner, looking up into that bright sun, and with the Red Raiders bearing down on him, he's able to make the fair catch. So it'll be ASU's ball when we return. 5:51 left to go in the first quarter. Arizona State nothing, Texas Tech nothing, as we take a break on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network.
Hey Tim, you're a Redskin fan, right? I mean, you're
Commanders.
You're a
Washington
Redskin fan.
Washington
You grew up.
football team.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go there. That's what you were.
Yep.
But when you look at this, don't you kind of get the feeling this might be one of those old type of November games, even though it's sunny out. Neither offense is good. It's just be patient. Try to get maybe the big play like you mentioned in the special teams or a block, but I don't know. Maybe the thing is don't be too aggressive early. Just keep hanging around.
Well, we know Tech's defense is really good, and Arizona State's defense has been terrific so far in this football game. And my biggest concern right now is the ability of this Sun Devil offense with an injury-compromised quarterback and a makeshift offensive line to hold up against this Tech defense.
Yeah, and I like to your point on the defense, what ASU did is, they played Blazin Lono Wong. They played Zach Swanson. They rotated a lot of guys because later in the game it's going to be hot, and you want to keep your guys fresh. So, cross your fingers on the offensive line, keep your defense fresh.
1st and 10 in an empty formation now. Rayleigh Brown off the jet sweep gets the handoff, and he is dropped for a loss as A.J. Holmes, the 300-pound defensive tackle filling in for Skylar Gill Howard, was there to greet Rayleigh the minute he got that jet sweep handoff, and he is dropped for a loss of 7 back to the 14-yard line.
Man, there was just no blocking there. 2 red jerseys out in front. It was an odd front. 3 down linemen. They had somebody right over Poulet, and they were just all in those gaps.
2nd down and 17. They hand the ball to Brown, trying to get to the near side, turns the corner to the 20, 25, 30, and Rayleigh Brown is close to a 1st down as he gets bumped out of bounds. And I think they're going to give it to him. Yes, it's going to be a 1st down on an 18-yard run for Rayleigh Brown on 2nd and 17. Good block that time by Malik McClain. Hasn't caught a lot of balls, but Malik McClain has done a solid job as a blocking wide receiver for Arizona State this year.
2 tights, both left.
From the 32, they give it to Rayleigh again off left tackle, and he gets a couple of tough yards, dropped at around the 34-yard line. And getting up off the bottom of the pile is Jacob Rodriguez, and what a player he is. Senior from Wichita Falls, Texas. One of the best defensive players. In fact, he was the preseason pick to be the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year this year.
He's quite a story, too, isn't he?
Yes, he is. His wife, Emma, is in the armed forces as a helicopter pilot. It's really an unbelievable story. 2nd down, a swing pass as 2 led Rayleigh Brown just a little bit too much. Brown couldn't hold on to the pass. It's incomplete, and that will set up a 3rd down and 8 for ASU, with 4:12 remaining in the first quarter of what now is a scoreless ball game.
The thing that's interesting about Rodriguez is he was a quarterback in high school, signed to play at Virginia, transferred back, and is one of the best linebackers in the country.
Jaron Hamilton, Turbo, the Alabama transfer, is one of the wide receivers, split 3 wide to the right side on 3rd and 8 as Levitt wants to throw. Now rolls to his left, and he throws deep downfield. He's got a man open, and it's caught by Turbo Hamilton inside the 20, and he is tripped up, or else he would have scored a touchdown. Tripped up on the play by strong safety Brendan Jordan. A pickup of 49 yards.
They run a deep climb route from right to left. Sam rolls to his left, escapes pressure. It's buying time that helped him. He got on the perimeter and threw that deep crosser, took a shot, but was able to throw it out to green grass.
That's a play where I think if he has better wheels, he would have tried to run for the 1st down. He probably would have gotten it. And now a whistle blows just before the ball is snapped on 1st down, and it's going to be a false start on Arizona State.
False start. Offense, number 53, 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
Josh Atkins, the left tackle, guilty of the false start as the penalty pushes the Devils back to the 22-yard line. So it will be 1st and 15. But Levitt that time rolling, that's the tough play for a right-handed quarterback to roll left. And then he just kind of put that ball up in the air, put it up for grabs. That reminded me of the pass Cam Scadaboo threw in the Peach Bowl that Malik McClain caught for a touchdown. Here's a handoff to Rayleigh Brown, and Brown gets very little yardage. In fact, he may have lost a yard back to the 23. as once again Jacob Rodriguez was in on the play along with cornerback Dante Balfour for Texas Tech.
You know, one thing I'm seeing blocking wise is a lot of tight end wham blocks. Shimon Mateer's lined up wide, and when the ball snapped, Mateer's behind the center and he's blocking on the interior trying to help out center and left guard.
2nd and 17 from the 24. Levitt, his pass over the middle is deflected, incomplete. Jacob Rodriguez again in on that play. It might have been Lee Hunter who got the ball deflected, and it will be a 3rd down play. That's twice that Levitt has had passes swatted at the line of scrimmage.
The linebacker blitzed through the A-gap. The center and left guard both blocked the same player, turned the linebacker loose right up the middle. So again, there, Texas Tech doing a great job looking at tape and just attacking that interior left side of ASU.
On 3rd down, a short pass to Raleek Brown. Brown gets down inside the 20, but is tackled at around the 17-yard line. He picks up about 5, and we just might as well make a tape of the name Jacob Rodriguez and let it roll all afternoon. He was in on that tackle. So it'll set up 4th down, and the Sun Devils will bring in field goal kicker Jesus Gomez.
Funny, you know, coming into the game, Rodriguez with 50 tackles. He's already got 4 tonight. Keyshawn Elliott, to give you an example, is our best tackler. He's got 44.
This will be a 34-yard attempt from the near hash out of the hold of punter Canyon Floyd to give the Devils the first points of the game. The kick is on the way, and Gomez puts it through. His 13th field goal, and this is the first time all season that the Texas Tech Red Raiders have trailed in a football game. It's 3-0 Arizona State with 1:43 left to go in the first quarter, and that Sun Devil field goal means Mountain America Credit Union will send another $250 to the Sun Devil Club. Just another way Mountain America Credit Union is giving back and supporting Sun Devil athletics. Mountain America Credit Union, the official credit union of Sun Devil football. So the Devils turn that 49-yard pass from Sam Levitt to Jaron Hamilton into points and give Texas Tech its first deficit of the year. That's absolutely remarkable. The Red Raiders haven't trailed for a second in any of their 6 games. They won them all by 24 or more. And that Kia scoring drive, 9 plays, 67 yards, just a little over 4 minutes elapsed. The 34-yard field goal by Jesus Gomez. Discover what happens when rugged capability meets true performance. Learn more at kia.com. Kia, movement that inspires. As Gomez boots it away, end-over-end kick, and it will be his 2nd touchback of the game and his 19th of the season. And the Red Raiders will start for their 25 as we check in quickly with Kevin Turner.
Yeah, one of the keys that Kenny Dillingham talked about all week long was controlling the line of scrimmage. And at the right time, opportunistically, said we have got to hit explosives. Jaron Hamilton comes in for his first play. Boom, Arizona State, big explosive in scoring position. Great execution by Sam on the opposite side rollout. Guys.
And the Devils turn it into points, lead 3-0. And now the Red Raiders have the ball for the 4th time. They have punted on their first 3 possessions. Jacoby Williams starts this series at running back next to Will Hammond, the quarterback, on 1st and 10. Hammond off play action, throws to the far side. It's caught by Caleb Douglas, but Douglas isn't going very far as Ghost Rouser gets him by the ankles and brings him down after a short gain. They'll spot it at the 28, a gain of 3.
ASU is doing a really good job of bringing pressure at Hammond from his throwing hand. We're on the right side, so it's getting in the way of his throws. A lot of his throws seem to go to the right side right now, don't they?
They do. 2nd down and 7. John Carlos Miller, a tight end in motion. Hammond, a quarterback draw, designed run, and he runs right smack dab into a Sun Devil and goes down at the 30-yard line. And I think it was Jordan Crooks who wrapped him up and brought him down. Crook, the Devils' 2nd leading tackler on the season, the one-time Arkansas Razorback, brings him down after a gain of 2. It'll set up 3rd and 5.
Yeah, right now, if you're the offensive coordinator and quarterback coach, Mac Leftwich, you're kind of scratching your head on what plays you can really run with this backup quarterback.
They're throwing deep on 3rd and 5, and it's overthrown, incomplete, intended for Caleb Douglas. Keith Abney, who is rapidly developing into one of the best cornerbacks in the country, was with them stride for stride. The Red Raiders are now 0 for 4 on 3rd down. As Rapper said, they came into this game one of the best in the country at 3rd down conversions. And now for the 4th time in this game, Texas Tech will punt as they show a swinging gate formation. Will they dare do anything out of this, or will they shift into a punt? They just, the punt partially blocked. That punt was partially blocked, and it rolls inside the 40 of Arizona State down to about the 38-yard line. The punt was partially blocked by Roman Petrie, Sun Devil reserve defensive lineman. It did get airborne to the tune of a 32-yard kick, but the Devils got a piece of that punt, that unorthodox formation that left the punter, Jack Burgess, horrifically unprotected, and Petrie got through.
Texas Tech over the last 3 years has blocked 12 kicks. They're number 6 in the FBS. And they out-schemed themselves. They got a swinging gate to the left with a center, one blocker, and a punter. With the swinging gate's 12, 15 yards away. And 4th and 7, if you want to throw it in the swinging gate, go ahead. If not, you got a free runner on the punter, which is Petrie, who gets the partial block.
Devils start from their 38 off play action. Levitt steps up, and he's going deep downfield. He's going deep. It's incomplete, but we're going to get a pass interference because Jaron Hamilton, the intended target, had his jersey grabbed by safety Brendan Jordan of Texas Tech.
Yeah, it was a great grab by Brendan Jordan, because
that's probably a touchdown if he doesn't do that.
Pass interference. Defense, number 7, 15-yard penalty, first down.
There are bad penalties, and believe it or not, occasionally there are good ones.
Well, and that penalty is even better in college than it is in the NFL.
Yes.
Because the NFL is a spot penalty. This is just 15 yards.
So the penalty advances the ball into Red Raider territory to the Texas Tech 47-yard line with 23 seconds left to go in the first quarter, and Arizona State leading it 3-0. 1st and 10. Rayleigh Brown in motion, Levitt to throw, fires over the middle, the pass is deflected, and then is it caught off the deflection by Jordan Tyson? Are you serious? Tyson had it, the ball squirted up into the air, and Tyson got it again. Took it away from linebacker Ben Roberts.
Tyson on the crossing route that time. I don't think it's deflected. I think he just bobbles it over the middle in traffic and came down with the catch.
That is the end.
That's exactly what happened, Rapper. He had it, it squirted up into the air. He got it on the downward flight toward the ground, and what a catch by Tyson for a 20-yard gain on the final play of the first quarter. Boy, it's been a heck of a period, and the Sun Devils so far standing toe-to-toe with the heavily favored, unbeaten, and 7th-ranked Red Raiders. After one period of play, our score, ASU 3, Texas Tech 0. We're back in a moment here on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network. Welcome back to the second quarter of today's game. Just a splendid afternoon here between the Buttes at Mountain America Stadium. No more beautiful setting in all of college football. 83 degrees, dry, just gorgeous day for football and a near capacity crowd. This game was officially judged a sellout. And every game so far, this is the Sun Devils' 4th home game of this year. They've all been sellouts, and likely the final 3 home games will be as well. With Kevin Turner and Jeff Van Raphorst, I'm Tim Healy, and we're still trying to decipher what Jordan Tyson just did on that ball that he basically caught twice on the pass from Sam Levitt.
Yeah, we were talking to break. You know, 2 things that impressed me. One is star diva wide receivers a lot of times don't like to go over the middle, you know, in college. In pros, you look at where catches are made. It's between the hashes, and Jordan Tyson is strong, plays physical. That was an in-breaking route between the backers. The ball was on his back shoulder, meaning he had to open his hips to try to catch it. Didn't catch it clean, bobbled it, turns his back to the defender so you know you're going to get hit. Was able to concentrate on the ball and bring it in, and a lot to like about that play. And from ASU standpoint, even from the NFL scouts.
Yeah, and Kevin Turner also, Sam Levitt contributed with you noticed a little different arm slot for that on that throw.
Yeah, 100%. He saw the throwing lane. The hands were up by the defensive line. He dropped the slot down to the 3/4. looked like a shortstop turning two. Beautiful execution by Sam.
So the Devils have reached the Texas Tech ball spotted between the 28 and the 29-yard line. We'll call it the 29. 1st and 10, Arizona State. Devils lead it 3-0 as we begin the second quarter. Here's Turbo Hamilton on the fly sweep, getting to the right side, but not going anywhere as that play is strung out nicely by the Texas Tech defense. And Hamilton is dropped and actually lost a yard back to the 30-yard line. The last one to get up was this star back, or basically Tech's version of the nickel, John Curry, 235-pound sophomore from Lubbock.
We got a new left tackle in for ASU. Jalen Clem is in there in place of Josh Atkins. They'll probably just rotate those guys, getting a couple different bodies to put on Bailey.
I do know they like Clem. He brings a little nastiness to that position. Now it'll be an empty set for Sam Levitt on 2nd down and 11. As Levitt throws to the near side of the field, incomplete, intended for Malik McLean, but the ball thrown slightly behind him. And defending was cornerback Amir Boyd. Boyd, the only Red Raider who comes from Arizona, a product of Mountain Point High School in Phoenix, who transferred to Tech from UTEP. So now all of a sudden it's 3rd down, 3rd and 11 from the Red Raider 30-yard line. Rayleigh Brown lines up in the backfield to the left of Levitt. 3 receivers compressed to the right side as Sam drops back to throw. Fires to the near side. He's looking for Tyson, and the ball is broken up. Oh, Tyson had 2 Texas Tech defenders near him, and safety Cole Wisniewski swooped in and knocked that pass away, or else it might have been a touchdown to Jordan Tyson.
Yeah, Cole was at half-field safety on that play, and he thought he had the pick. Tyson runs an inside fade route. The safety's there, and Wisniewski, he has about a 20-inch vertical. Had he had 19, that's a touchdown. I mean, he barely got up enough to get that ball. Surprised him how strong Sam's arm was.
So now a 47-yard field goal try for Jesus Gomez, who hit one from 34 a few moments ago. Punter Canyon Floyd on the hold. Kick is on the way, airborne, and it is good. Gomez 2 for 2. That one a 47-yarder, and that Sun Devil field goal means Mountain America Credit Union will be sending another $250 to the Sun Devil Club. So all the scoring coming off the left foot of Jesus Gomez, and with just about a minute gone by here in the second quarter, it's 6-0 in favor of Arizona State. As I believe in the break before the kickoff, it looks like the 1975 Sun Devil football team that is this weekend as a group entering the ASU Athletics Hall of Fame is coming onto the field to be recognized for their entry into the hall. What a great team that was, coached by Frank Kush. 12-0, defeated Nebraska on Christmas Day of '75 in the Fiesta Bowl. Our good friend Danny Kush kicking a field goal. And
Arizona State player number 15 is now 41.
I think we got a bit of a mess up because there's no break now between the kick. The entire team came on the field, and now they've got to ask them to leave the field because the Sun Devil kickoff team and the Red Raider kick return team are out there ready to go back to work.
Yeah, little sales operation mishap.
Oops. Hit Control Alt Delete and
take that 75 team.
Off
they don't
we
move.
go.
Yeah, get them off. We want those guys on. Undefeated team, quite the group led by Danny White, backup quarterback Jim Brady.
As Gomez puts the kick into the air, and that's going to be fielded at the goal line. And it's Jacoby Williams, the running back, and he finds room and is finally tackled at around the 31-yard line. The tackle made by Sun Devil reserve defensive back Maurice Williams, a transfer from the University of Houston, but still a 31-yard return for Jacoby Williams. No relation to Maurice Williams, the fellow who tackled him. And now Texas Tech comes back on the field. And Jacoby Williams, who had left the field, is running right back on to be the running back on this series. They spot the ball at the 32 of Tech.
Texas Tech hasn't tried any deep shots. Hammond 5 of 7 for 26 yards.
Everything has been short in their passing game. Hand off to Williams. Looking for a hole, not going anywhere as Boogie Wilson exploded up from the secondary and got through to grab Williams around the ankle and drop him.
You know, he's really come on. Transfer from Washington State out of Dallas, Texas. Gives you good size at that safety, 6'0", 210 pounds.
He is the fellow filling in for Xavier Alford, the veteran safety who has missed most of this season and will still be out a while, we understand. Gain of 1 that time. 2nd down and 9 for Tech. Cam Dickey now in at running back as Hammond throws a quick slant, caught by Aiken amidst a couple of defenders, and he gets a first down out past the 42-yard line as Keyshawn Elliott was one of those nearby. A 9-yard gain, it's a first down. And now the Red Raiders go at tempo as the ball's handed to Dickey, and Dickey lowers his head, bounces off a host of tacklers, and is able to get out to the 46-yard line, picking up 3 on the play before he finally goes down. Boy, Dickey just ran straight into a whole bunch of traffic that time.
Yes, we've seen that with Cam Scadaboo run before.
Yeah.
Terrence Carter, one of their tight ends, just limped off. He's their leading receiver at the tight end slot, 23 catches, 5 touchdowns. He got nicked up in that block.
A transfer from Louisiana where he was all Sun Belt last year. Here's another quarterback draw for Hammond. He spins off one tackler, but what a play by guess who? Boogie Wilson, who came up and spun Hammond to the turf at the 46-yard line of Texas Tech. No gain on the play. It'll be 3rd and 7.
You know, the difference between last week to this week is how fast ASU's flying to the ball, but they're making their open field tackles. Didn't they look a step slow at Utah the other night?
That's the key. Kenny Dillingham ratcheted up the physicality of this week's practices, and so far it looks like that decision is paying off. Boy, it looks like they got a slot man uncovered, Tech does, on the left side on 3rd down and 7 as Hammond drops back to pass. He's being chased, throws downfield, and it's complete for a first down to the 40-yard line of Arizona State to Reggie Virgil, a 14-yard gain, and Virgil was wide open. He had to go to the turf, though, to cradle that pass in.
Yeah, it was too much time in the pocket. One thing Tech wants to do, you can see, is play at pace. They're snapping the ball again.
And now, just as they get the ball snapped, the whistle blows, and the Sun Devils get a timeout called.
Charge timeout. Arizona State. 1st and a half.
So the Devils get their first timeout called with just under 11 and a half minutes remaining in the first half. And we'll take the timeout with them. With our score, Arizona State 6 and Texas Tech nothing. These messages now on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network. Texas Tech heading back onto the field. The line of scrimmage for the Red Raiders will be the Arizona State 40-yard line. I believe this is Tech's deepest penetration into Sun Devil territory in this ball game. ASU leading 6-0 on 2 Jesus Gomez field goals. This is the first time, as we said, all year that Texas Tech has trailed in a football game. But the Red Raiders have advanced to the 40 of ASU, and now here they're ready to go on 1st and 10. Coy Aiken goes in motion, off play action. Hammond drops back to pass and now runs straight up the middle away from pressure, and Keyshawn Elliott is able to tackle him. Hammond spins forward a little bit to get an extra yard or so. They will mark him down near the 36-yard line. It'll be a pickup of close to 4 yards.
They're just daring him to run, right? They're looping and twisting the defensive line. Linebackers have their eyes on the quarterback.
Here's Cameron Dickey, and Dickey is dropped by Jordan Crook for no gain on the play, as Dickey unable to find a seam, and Crook filled that spot magnificently and dropped him for no gain. It'll be 3rd down and 6. The Red Raiders 1 of 5 today on 3rd down. Got their first completion or conversion just a moment ago on that pass to Reggie Virgil.
Yeah, let's see if they bring a little pressure, because when they don't bring pressure, they're not getting home to them. Let's see if they blitz. They got a 0 coverage right now, full 0 blitz. Safeties are 5, cornerbacks are 5-6 yards off the receivers.
On 3rd down, Hammond, a roll to his right, gets the pass off, incomplete. Knocked away that time by Boogie Wilson. The intended receiver was tight end John Carlos Miller. And so it'll be 4th down, and it looks like the Red Raiders are going to go for it. Texas Tech this year has only attempted 5 4th down conversions, of which they've made 3.
Isn't that amazing? Only 5 on the year. But
that's all they've needed.
Right, and you mentioned it. They've never trailed until this game. I had that stat down. I'm like, only 5 in 6 games?
4th and 6 at the ASU 36. Hammond looking to throw, gets the pass over the middle, incomplete, trying to hit Coy Aiken, overthrew him, right smack dab in the middle of the gridiron. And the Sun Devils hold on 4th down and get the ball back with 10:15 left to go in the first half. And Arizona State leading Texas Tech 6-0. So far, the Sun Devil defense has been stellar. As we take a timeout on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network. With ASU on top 6-0 over Texas Tech, Kevin Turner standing by in the field with a very special guest, KT.
Yeah, one of the greatest all time here at Arizona State. NFL Hall of Famer, ASU Hall of Famer. His name's up on the side of the building here. I'm joined right now by Mike Haynes. Mike, what do you think of this uniform and this defensive play so far?
Well, so far I think it's great. I mean, both teams are pretty good, and both teams have pretty good defenses. So it's going to be a battle until the end. I'm sorry, I can tell you that. I just hope we win this one.
Looks like they're channeling some of that Frank Kush defense.
Yeah, I think you're right. Coach Kush would be really happy, and he'd be grabbing you by the face mask when he came off the field if you messed up a little bit. But you'd be happy to be playing for him.
Mike, it's always great to see you back here at Mountain America Stadium. Thanks for spending some time with us.
Well, thank you for having me over here. I'm enjoying this.
All right, the great one. There he goes. Mike Haynes, Hall of Famer. Guys.
I'll tell you what, you can make the argument, Kevin Turner, and I will make it now. Mike Haynes just may well be the greatest football player that ever played at Arizona State University. I'll tell you what, the list ahead of him is pretty short if he's not.
You know, it's amazing how many Hall of Famers. You know, you got Randall McDaniel on there.
Another that would be in my Mount Rushmore. When you talk about guys who were great in college, great in the pros as well, those really are the first 2 names that come to my mind.
You know, and they're great people. You know, Randall just retired from public education. He was spending time in classrooms. You know, NFL Hall of Famer, ASU Hall. I mean, Mr. Minnesota, all those guys, and Sean Crespin's in our ear saying Raiders as well. But every now and then, the great players have to play for a great or ungreat organizations. Just despicable people and despicable colors and organizations.
On first down, Rayleigh Brown gets the handoff and dances forward for a couple of yards before he goes down. Dante Balfour, cornerback, came up from the secondary to bring him down after a yard gain for Rayleigh Brown. Sun Devils leading it 6-0. Just under 10 minutes to go in the first half. 2nd down and 9 from the 38-yard line. Levitt in the shotgun, Brown to his right. Sam looking to throw, gets the pass off. Short pass caught by Cameron Harpole, the tight end, and Cameron makes his way up to the 45-yard line, picking up 7 yards before nickelback John Curry brings him down. That'll set up a 3rd and about 2. Line of scrimmage will be the 45 of ASU.
Yeah, that's a good job by Sam that time. He looked to the left, and you could actually see him go through his progressions as he spun from left to right, came back to the tight end. First 6-7 yard gain, but now all of a sudden you got a manageable number, 3rd and 2.
Jaron Hamilton, who has been targeted a couple times and has a big reception today, is in there, split wide to the right.
You got a 2-down situation. Do you take a shot here, maybe?
Levitt lines up
tricky?
Here they hand off to Hamilton on the jet sweep, and he is dropped for no gain by Cole Wisniewski. Levin lined up under center and gave it to Hamilton on the fly sweep heading left, and Wisniewski dropped him for no gain. So now it's 4th down and 1 at the 45 of ASU, and the Sun Devils, it looks like, are going to go for it. Arizona State on the year, 13 of 20 on 4th down. They converted 4 4th downs at Utah last week. Levitt lines up under center. No one was over the center. Levitt quarterback sneak, but just as the ball was snapped, Texas Tech called timeout.
Prior to the snap, Arch timeout.
Good job by
Texas Tech.
Coach
first.
McGuire saw that over there. Nobody
timeout.
over the center. You know, Tim, on that last play on 3rd and 2, I kind of had flashbacks to the Big 12 championship game, where you think they're going to run it and they come out and throw it deep.
Yeah.
That was kind of a zero coverage look.
Remember that throw to Melquan Stovall that turned the Big 12 championship game around, and Arizona State pretty much dominated from that point on. But they handed the ball to Hamilton. But say this much, Turbo, Jaron Hamilton, has been a much bigger part of the game plan so far today.
Well, I think they're trying to manufacture, like KT was talking about, talking to Coach Dillingham, manufacture some explosive plays. And, you got it with that end around. I think at some point you fake that end around and see if you can take a shot off of it. What is that second, that deviation play off the look that you get that defense lined up into? Here we go, 4th and 1, 4th and maybe short 2?
A long 1, I'll call it, and they're going to go for it still. Levitt lines up in the gun, wants to throw. He wants to throw deep downfield, and that pass is overthrown, incomplete. He wanted Jordan Tyson. They had Tyson and Jaron Hamilton each running up the opposite seams.
And look at Tyson ran across the field, took his helmet off to the far official and wanted.
Right in front of the Texas Tech bench, by the way, and wanted a pass interference call. Is that a flag down, or is that, what is that down
towel,
the field? That's a towel. No. That's
Remember
a
that
mouthpiece, nothing.
We talked about that play, right, on that Iowa State game, right? They went deep. I thought they'd go to that on 3rd and 2. They went for it on 4th and 2. I like the call, and looking at it on replay, there's a little bit of tug on Jordan, but I don't know, 4th and 2, I think you kind of let guys go a little bit.
Jordan Tyson, very mild-mannered, but as Jeff said, he ran right over to one of the officials on the Texas Tech bench to complain. So Texas Tech takes over in ASU territory at the 45-yard line. Cameron Dickey gets the handoff on 1st down, but he gets short yardage as he is dragged down on the play by Justin Watley, who has been back in the lineup the last couple of games. The senior defensive lineman,
again,
formerly
Watley,
played at Cincinnati.
Lono Wong, Zach Swanson, good rotation up there by that inside, the inside defensive 3 techniques.
Gain of 3, 2nd down and 7. Hammond again hands the ball off to Dickey, and he gets about 3 or 4 more before he goes down. Jordan Crook was in there to help make the play, and who's the last one up off the bottom of the pile? Whoever it is slow to get up and hasn't gotten up yet because he appears to be hurt. And we can't quite make out the number of that Sun Devil who was injured in tackling Cam Dickey. The injured Sun Devil is down at around the 38-yard line of Arizona State.
I can tell you it's not Crook and it's not Keyshawn Elliott, the 2 linebackers.
Correct. We're going to go to break while they tend to the injured Sun Devil, and we'll try to get eyes on that uniform number and tell you who it is when we return in a moment. 6-0 ASU. Timeout on the Sun Devil Radio Network. The injured Sun Devil player was defensive end Elijah O'Neal, and we're happy to say that Elijah was able to get back on his feet and walk off to the bench on his own. So hopefully whatever happened to him isn't serious, and that he'll be able to return. We'll just keep an eye on that. In the meantime, Texas Tech is facing a 3rd down and 4 at the Arizona State 39-yard line after the Red Raiders took over possession when ASU failed on a 4th down conversion near midfield. They tried to throw a deep pass on 4th and 1, and it misfired.
Boy, look at the fade to the left side. I mean, if they want, it's press coverage, nobody there, man free.
A direct snap on the Wildcat to Cam Dickey, and Dickey is stonewalled after a short gain, and short of the 1st down as Jacob Rich-Kangaika led the defensive surge for ASU.
They're going to go again for it on 4th down here.
They give him forward progress to the Sun Devil 36-yard line, I believe. That'll make it a 4th and 1. So ASU was held on 4th and 1. Now they'll try to do the holding on 4th and 1.
Fight and Kangaika, the 2 guys on the middle, and I tell you, they got to play run here again, right? I mean, they just have unwilling to throw the football.
Aiken and Douglas, receivers, are split to the right side of the formation, and now Caleb Douglas motions the other way. They hand off to Cameron Dickey, and Dickey looking for that 1st down and is able to get through a hole on extra effort and picks up 5 to the 30-yard line of ASU and moves the chains for Texas Tech.
Yeah, the new transfers on that left side of that line for Tech. Left tackle Sampson out of North Carolina was the number 2 offensive tackle in the transfer portal, and they picked up Will Jados, transfer out of Miami of Ohio, was a 3-year starter at left tackle, moved into guard for Texas Tech.
The Red Raiders are now a combined 2 of 9 on 3rd and 4th down conversions today, but they get that one to move the chains. 1st and 10 from the 30 off play action. Hammond drops back to pass. He's got time. Pressure caving in. He throws deep downfield, and that ball, is it caught for a touchdown, I believe, by Coy Aiken? Well, I haven't seen a call yet, but I believe it is. It is a touchdown. That ball perfectly thrown, and Aiken making a terrific catch between two Sun Devil defenders on the far side of the end zone.
Yeah, he's matched up against Romney. He runs a post corner route. Boogie Wilson, the safety, comes over the top. That was a good throw. Post corner, good throw to Aiken, a good call. And boy, they had somebody wide open in the flats. And
Running on the field was a completed catch for a touchdown. The previous play is under further review.
the officials never really put their arms up.
No, they didn't.
Anyway, good throw. I think it'll be upheld on replay. You put Aiken in the slot, and he gets matched up on a linebacker.
So we'll have to see what they'll be looking for. It was Keyshawn, or no, Boogie Wilson was one of the defenders back there for Arizona State. And I believe linebacker Tate Romney is the other player back in, along with Wilson, defending Aiken.
That ball was interesting. He was holding it so the point was facing towards the ground and towards the sky, so his hands were right in the middle of the ball. The ball can move if your hands are under there. His hands are under, but it sure looks like it's moving.
It looks like that ball's bouncing out on the far side.
Is there enough to turn it over?
They don't have great camera angles.
You know, so you look at this and you have to go, did that ball move? The ruling on the field is a catch, so it has to be, you know, conclusive that that ball is moving.
You get the sense from what you can see in the
After further
replay.
review, the ruling field is upheld. It's a touchdown.
And you can hear the Sun Devil fans booing that call, and Kenny Dillingham not too pleased about that call. But again, I think the key issue there is I don't know that they had an angle on the replay that could conclusively show that the ball was coming dislodged from Aiken's possession. So it's a touchdown reception of 30 yards for Coy Aiken. For Aiken, his fourth touchdown catch of the year. And now kicker Stone Harrington, one of two place kickers that Tech uses for field goals and extra points, will try to put the Red Raiders on top for the first time today, and he does so by converting the extra point. So with 5:57 left till halftime, Texas Tech takes its first lead of the day at 7-6 on that perfectly thrown 30-yard touchdown strike by quarterback Will Hammond. And that for Hammond was his fifth touchdown pass of the year.
Good call, though, that time, right by Leftwich, the coordinator. He throws the post corner out. You've got Aiken, who's, you know, arguably probably your second best wide receiver behind Caleb Douglas. You know, it's hard when you talk about best receivers, right? When this offense is rolling, Tim, they have 5 wide receivers that have over 200 receiving yards. They lead the FBS in number of receivers with 200 yards plus, but that's when Baron Morton is in. He was the starter, 68% completions, 13 touchdowns, 3 picks. I mean, he has kind of done it all, spinning the ball, and when he's out, there's a big drop-off. Remember last year, too, you know, he's had some trouble getting injured.
So Texas Tech ready now to kick it off. Rayleigh Brown, Jaron Hamilton back deep. It's a high end-over-end kick by Stone Harrington, and it will hit in the end zone and bounce out for a touchback. And so Arizona State will start from its 25-yard line, now trailing in the ball game 7-6. So far, Texas Tech has outgained ASU 126 yards to 109. Problem for the Sun Devils, they've only rushed so far today for a net of just 4 yards. Sam Levitt on that bum wheel is 6 of 12 with 105 yards passing. 3 receivers to the right side of the formation on 1st and 10 from the 25. They give to Rayleigh Brown trying to head left. Sheds one tackler, gets out to around the 30-yard line and is dropped there, but picks up close to 6 yards on the play. The tackle made by Bryce Pollock, the junior cornerback transferred in from Mississippi State and leads the Big 12 with his 3 interceptions on the year.
They moved Bailey from right defensive end over left defensive end, so he's working on the left side this time.
Romello Height, another outstanding transfer, is their rush in on the right side. On 2nd and 4, Levitt with a quick throw far side, and that is complete. And Tyson has the catch, and Jordan Tyson has the first down out to the 39-yard line before he is tackled by Mountain Point High School product Amir Boyd of Texas Tech.
He gets his 3rd catch, goes in motion, runs a little quick out route. Good throw by Sam Levitt.
Tight end Kamari Anderson is in the ball game for Arizona State. A compressed formation this time for the Devils. Rayleigh Brown in motion. They fake the fly sweep. Levitt now scrambles to his right. He's going to try to run for the first time, but is only able to pick up a couple of yards to the 41-yard line before he goes down in the arms of big Lee Hunter, the nose guard. And boy, you could just see Sam just doesn't quite have that burst.
No, he kind of looks human, right? You know, we're so used to him running through tackles and angles. He likes to keep it. It just doesn't have enough electricity in there when he hits the gas pedal.
Yeah. 3 receivers, 2 of them tight ends. Cameron Harpole and Shimon Mateer, along with Malik McLean, split to the left side. Tyson alone on the right. Now Mateer goes in motion. A quick throw to Tyson on the right side, makes the catch, slips out of a tackle, gets upfield, and goes down just short of the first down. Boy, it looked like his forward progress got to the line to gain at midfield, but the official is marking him all the way back at the 47 of Arizona State. And boy, you just hope Tyson's okay. Jordan Tyson is a little gimpy as he gets up.
You know, that was a corner crash. So Texas Tech brought pressure, a blitz off the corner. It was a sight adjust by Tyson. He realized what it was and just immediately turned around, got the ball. The defender came up and was trying to punch the ball out, and I think he punched Tyson, and he got hit in a spot you don't want to get hit, and Tyson went down. The ball touched down. Tyson kept his legs going, but where the ball is down, that's where it's marked short of the first down.
Okay, I was going to say, I'll quick look. It didn't look like a good spot, but that's where he went down. So now it's 3rd and 2 for the Sun Devils from the 47-yard line. And Jeff Sims is at quarterback. He'll run with the ball, and Sims runs for a first down as he gets to the 49 of Texas Tech. They did indeed have a package for Jeff Sims, and he turns that package into a big first down conversion on a gain of 4.
You know, he gives you a lot. Basically, that's a wildcat with a quarterback who can throw.
That's pretty much what it is.
Right? I mean, it's a good set. It's not like it's Cam Scadaboo who's not, well, Cam does throw the ball too, so I got to take that back. He threw it again in the championship game.
1st and 10 from the 49 of Texas Tech off play action. Levitt drifting to his left, throwing deep downfield. He's got Hamilton, who makes the catch at the 5-yard line of Texas Tech. But there is a penalty flag down, I believe, back upfield, and this one may come back.
Yeah, the referee on the near side, she threw that flag, and I think they're going to get ASU for some kind of movement or alignment.
There is no foul on the play. It's first down.
Wow. Boy, the Devils get a break there as the 45-yard pickup on the deep ball. Jaron Hamilton's 2nd explosive play of this first half has the Sun Devils 1st and goal at the Tech 4-yard line.
Yeah, a lot of pressure on Sam Levitt. He throws it out there in that deep crossing route. The official threw the flag and then picked it up.
And you notice on both big plays to Hamilton, Levitt just kind of put it up for grabs.
Just threw it out there to green grass. Let your fast guy run.
1st and goal from the 4. Mateer lines up in the backfield as an offset blocking back. Levitt hands the ball to Raleek Brown. Raleek Brown looking for a hole, trying to move the pile forward. Gets down to around the 2 is where they will spot his forward progress. As it'll be a 2nd down as the Sun Devils have entered the G2G red zone on that big play to Hamilton. G2G protein bar, fresh, healthy, and delicious. 2nd and goal at the 2.
Yeah, again, that tight end wham block. You've got Harpole coming from left to right, kicking out on that defensive tackle.
And now the Devils run quickly to the line of scrimmage, but the officials throw a flag. Arizona State will, in some of those circumstances, they will huddle close to the line of scrimmage, and then break the huddle, sprint to the line, and get the ball snapped quickly.
Snap infraction. Offense, number 71, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
And they call the center, Makua Pule, who got the start, the first of his career at center today for ASU. And the penalty pushes the Sun Devils back to the 7-yard line with just under 2.5 minutes remaining first half. 2nd and goal from the 7. Levitt may be changing the play at the line. And now lines up under center Makua Pule. And now I think the Devils are just going to let the clock wind down to the 2-minute timeout, and that's exactly what they do.
Good job of coaching, right? See how they're going to line up. See if you can get an easy 5. If not, hey, step back. You want to choose some clock up right here.
So we've reached the 2-minute timeout of what has been a highly competitive and very entertaining first half of football on Hall of Fame weekend here at Mountain America Stadium. Timeout with 2 minutes to go in the half. Our score, Texas Tech 7, Arizona State 6. You're listening to ASU football on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network. 2 minutes to go in a very, very well played first half of football. Arizona State handed Texas Tech its first deficit of the season as a pair of Jesus Gomez field goals gave the Devils leads of 3 and 6-0 before Texas Tech cashed in on a perfectly thrown 30-yard touchdown pass from Will Hammond to Coy Aiken a few moments ago to take the lead 7-6. But now at the 2-minute timeout, the Sun Devils have a golden opportunity to regain the lead. They have a 2nd down and goal at the Texas Tech 7-yard line, trailing by just 1 point. But boy, with those deep red zone woes the Devils have had, Jeff Van Raphorst, how meaningful would this be to be able to crack it in for a touchdown against a defense this good?
Yeah, they've really kind of struggled. You talk about converting in the red zone, and this is a good defense. Kevin Turner brought up a good point of break. Do you go to Jeff Sims down here?
Jeff Sims made a key for a first down conversion earlier on this drive, getting a snap. As kind of like a wildcat quarterback, except as Rapper pointed out, he is a quarterback.
I thought to myself, he's
no wildcat. He is a quarterback.
People just aren't used to quarterbacks being athletes. Sam and Jeff Sims are. Freddie Mortensen, the quarterback, the 75 team. I inadvertently said Danny White, so excuse me for that. And
not a problem.
Freddie
Mortensen, one of the quarterbacks on that team. So here is Sam Levitt in the shotgun on 2nd and goal from the 7-yard line. 2 receivers to either side. Off the jet sweep fake, Levitt rolls right, sets up, now floats one to the end zone, incomplete. Tyson, the intended receiver, and there was contact between Tyson and Bryce Pollock, the cornerback, but no flag, and it'll be a 3rd down play.
Yeah, they tried to leak. They had Tyson on a deep crosser in the back of the end zone, Cameron Harpool in the flat to the right, so he had 2 levels. People rolling to the right with Sam. Sam's a right-handed quarterback, and 9 times out of 10, if number 0's in the route, the ball's going his way.
You've got the chip shot field goal try for the potential lead in your back pocket, so to speak, but boy, you'd love to get it in here for 6. On 3rd and goal, Levitt wants to throw in the near flat, caught by Brown. Can he make a man miss? No, he can't, as that man drags him down, and that man was John Curry.
Good job by Texas Tech calling timeout instantly. Coach McGuire way out on the field to stop the clock with 1:46.
Charge timeout, Texas Tech. 2nd of the half. It'll be a 30-second timeout. Please reset the game clock to 1 minute and 48 seconds. 1-4-8.
And so the Devils' deep red zone woes continue. This is Arizona State's, I believe, their 28th penetration into the red zone this season, and they have only come away with touchdowns 12 times on the year. That is less than 50%. And they're going to have to settle for a field goal try here to try to regain the lead with 1:48 left in the half, as Joey McGuire, Texas Tech head coach, got a timeout called to save some time for the Red Raiders when they get the ball back. This will be a 26-yard attempt by Gomez from the near hash. All 3 of his kicks have come from one of the hash marks here on this field to try to put the Sun Devils back in the lead with under 2 minutes to play in the first half. Snap, set, ball's up, ball's on the way, and the kick is good. and Gomez is 3 for 3, and Arizona State catapults back into the lead at 9-7 with 1:44 remaining in the first half here at Mountain America Stadium. And that field goal from Jesus Gomez means that Mountain America Credit Union once again will send another $250 to the Sun Devil Club. If I do my quick ciphering, that's 250 times 3, that's $750 that Jesus Gomez has helped earn for the Sun Devil Club, courtesy of Mountain America Credit Union. And now the Devils are back on top by 2, 9-7.
Talk about money in today's world. You know what the roster for Texas Tech is supposed to be costing them this year?
You told us in the beginning.
$28 million.
That's unbelievable.
So it's
the day and age
turned
we're
into
in.
It's a money game now, right?
The day and age we are in, folks.
$28 million only buys you 7 points in the first half, so that's a pretty good job by that ASU defense.
A 10-play, 66-yard drive, the 45-yard pass to Jaron Hamilton, the key play that led to that Jesus Gomez go-ahead field goal as Gomez puts it in the air. And this one may be returnable for Micah Hudson out to the 10, and Hudson doesn't even get to the 20-yard line as Tate Romney fires downfield and makes a nice tackle to drop Micah Hudson after a 16-yard kickoff return. Micah Hudson, a 5-star wide receiver recruit last year out of Temple, Texas, Tech's all-time #1 recruit in the internet era. But he's not been able to break into the regular receiving rotation, now returning kicks. So that return to the 16-yard line gives the Red Raiders a first down and 10. Texas Tech, we believe, with 1 timeout remaining.
Texas Tech better be careful here because Howard's not throwing the ball that well. ASU may get a pickoff right here Hammond's not throwing the ball that well right now.
First and 10 from the 16-yard line out of the shotgun, a fairly deep shotgun. Hammond, a direct snap run, and he gets upfield for about 5 yards to the 21-yard line before Keyshawn Elliott and Jordan Crook, the Devils' top 2 tacklers, combine on that stop.
And I laugh. Now they're trying to go hurry up. You go quarterback draw and just burn 15 seconds off for 6 yards.
Second down and 4. Hammond throws far side of the field, complete to Virgil, and he is ridden out of bounds on the play. And ridden out of bounds by Javen Robinson. Close to a first down, but short by about $1.
ASU has 2 timeouts left, too. Don't be surprised. Kenny Dillingham's going to fire a timeout right after this play if they come up short.
3rd and 1 from the 25. Hammond on a run will keep it, and he gets just about enough to move the chains. Or did somebody call a timeout first? No, I think the play will stand.
For an injury.
And we have a Sun Devil injured on the play. Prince Dorba is down on the field. Boy, the Devils could ill afford to lose him. It looked like it might be something in the vicinity of the right shoulder or right arm.
Yeah, Texas transfer, 4-star recruit coming out of high school. He's really done a nice job for ASU. Put on weight every year. Done a nice job being that rush end. He and Clayton Smith, Elijah O'Neal. Remember, Elijah O'Neal got dicked up two series ago.
Right. And Prince Dorba, injuries have been a part of his Arizona State story, but when he's been on the field, he has been very good. And he was never better than he was in the Devils' last home game against TCU when he ended up being the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Week with 4 tackles for loss, including 3 sacks and that memorable strip sack / fumble recovery that set up Arizona State's game-winning field goal.
Yeah, a lot of coaches out there right now. Got Anakar Chabra from Mayo Hospital.
Yeah, there are a lot of people there. That's a little bit concerning right now. One of the Sun Devil players, I think that might be Clayton Smith, but I'm not sure, is kneeling in to see what's up with Prince Dorba.
Coach Dillingham is out there as well. Jerry Garcia.
Wow. Like we said, Prince has played so well this year.
All right, so let's play what if, right? You know, who do you go to? Albert Smith, you take Watley and move him inside, back to the outside.
I think
Roman Petrie.
Albert Smith, a redshirt freshman, is out.
Yeah,
he's
out, right?
on the injured list. Probably would be the fella who made that play earlier in the game on special teams, Roman Petrie. Justin Watley obviously would be another candidate.
They've been playing him inside, but that's the thing about Justin, he can go inside or outside.
Now they've got Prince up in a seated position.
they've got his helmet. One of the trainers, one of the equipment guys has his helmet in their hands.
And now Prince is on his feet. And he's walking arm in arm with Dr. Anukar Chhabra, trying to head over toward the near sideline, but walking very slowly. And again, this would be such a huge loss if Prince is lost for any amount of time. He has just been so good this year, and the defense has played so well here in this first half.
And he is having trouble walking. His head's down. Left arm around Dr. Chhabra. Yeah, I don't want to speculate because I didn't go to med school. So either way, it doesn't look good. Sun Devils got a rally here, 114. Texas Tech has not thrown the ball. It's been a bunch of series of quarterback draws and keepers right up the middle.
And that last run by Hammond did get a first down. 1st and 10 from the 27 of Texas Tech. Hammond wants to throw this time, swings it out of the backfield near side. It's caught by Cameron Dickey, but he caught it and then immediately stepped out of bounds. He was right in front of the Arizona State bench.
2-yard loss.
And where do they mark the ball? Looks like they're going to mark it at the 24. And you're right, Jeff, they lose 2.
Man, a swing route. He didn't think about getting downfield, just went out of bounds.
2nd down and 12. Hammond throws again near side, caught by Aiken, slips out of one tackle, but Keith Abney won't let him get away. Abney deposits him at the 32-yard line. That will set up a 3rd and about 5.
I'm surprised they're running hurry up because they're really not trying to move the ball down the field.
Under 50 seconds to go in the half as Hammond off play action drops back, gets the pass off, and it's incomplete, intended for Cameron Dickey, and Jordan Crook was in there to help break it up, along with Keyshawn Elliott. Boy, those two guys have been phenomenal this year for the Sun Devils. Clock stops on the incompleted pass, 42 seconds remaining, and it's a 4th down, and Texas Tech will punt.
And ASU has 2 timeouts. Why even throw the ball if that's, I mean, that was some really interesting clock management. And play calling together. If you're going to call timeout to get the ball back, try to move the ball.
Now an important punt for Zachariah Sample to make sure he latches onto.
He's not staring at the sun this time either.
As Burgess drives a high end-over-end kick, Sample fields it at the 16-yard line. Sample to the 20-yard line, and then he is tossed to the turf right there. As that tackle is made by Texas Tech reserve linebacker Bryce Ramirez, a 7th-year senior, and one of the captains and spiritual leaders of this Red Raider football team. Another good punt by Burgess, 52 yards, 4 yards on the return for Sample. And the Devils will get the ball at their 19-yard line, 33 seconds remaining in the half. And if you're Kenny Dillingham, are you just content to take a knee and head to the locker room leading and getting the second half kickoff?
No, I think you try to take a chunk play, see if you can make something happen. You may not hold the ball and put Sam at risk, but move the ball down the field. Maybe you break a tackle and get something going. Gomez is 3 for 3, so you got to get it to about the 38-yard line.
This may be a tell. Levitt's in the shotgun. And indeed, Sam will try to throw here on 1st down. He'll swing it out of the backfield, but led Raleek Brown too much. And Brown had an escort. Shimon Mateer was out there ready to try to escort him down the far side of the field, but Levitt just misfired on the throw.
Yeah, Texas Tech has 1 timeout left. And
now, if you get too cute, you might give the ball back to them. 28 seconds left in the half. 2nd down and 10 at the 19.
See if they go cover 2. Maybe you can pierce the middle of the field. That's usually where the weakest spot is. Mateer's lined up. They got a cover 2 shell.
They'll hand the ball to Raleek Brown, and Brown is tackled after a short gain. He's dropped at the 20-yard line. And the tackle made that time by middle linebacker Ben Roberts.
I think both coaches will be happily just let the 17 seconds go off.
And that's exactly what Coach Dillingham's going to do. He'll let these final seconds tick away. And his underdog Sun Devils will head to the locker room with a 2-point lead over unbeaten and 7th-ranked Texas Tech at halftime. A 9-7 ball game. As Kevin Turner is standing by now with Coach Kenny Dillingham. KT?
Coach, outstanding effort. Your defense doing a great job. 1 of 8, Texas Tech on 3rd down.
Yeah, we're playing good 3rd down defense. You know, it's getting us the ball back on offense. Just can't score in the gosh darn red zone, man. I mean, crap. 3 times down there, 2 penalties. It's absolutely an Achilles heel.
Nice job with Jeff Sims incorporating him on your fourth down offense.
No question, that was a big play by him to hop in, and we'll see if we see him later in the day.
All right, Coach, good luck in the second half.
Interesting comment there from Kenny. We'll see if we see him later in the day. Methinks we will. What a game it has been so far. At halftime, it's Arizona State 9 and 7th-ranked Texas Tech 7. And Jeff Munn will have our halftime report after these messages on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network. Sun Devils will get the second half kickoff here as we see that Rayleigh Brown and Turbo, Jaron Hamilton, who's come up with 2 big plays in the pass game, are both back deep on the goal line awaiting to the kickoff of Stone Harrington, who has the ball teed up at the 35-yard line. The Sun Devils will be going left to right across your dial. They will be attacking the south end zone of Mountain America Stadium here in the third quarter. Harrington approaches the ball and lets her rip, and off we go in the second half. And this boomer will leave the end zone on the fly for an easy touchback for Harrington. And so Sam and friends will get started from the 25-yard line. Arizona State. The Sun Devils in the last 2 years under Kenny Dillingham, 5-1 against Associated Press top 25 ranked teams. This would be their first win over a top 10 team since they defeated 6th-ranked Oregon here back on that memorable November night in 2019.
Look at this formation. 4 receivers left, running back to the left of Sam.
1st and 10 from the 25. They throw quickly to the left, deflected but caught by Derek Eusebio, but Eusebio is tackled immediately by safety Brendan Jordan, and the play gains nothing. That ball looked like it was tipped on the way out to Eusebio. I think that's about the 4th pass that Texas Tech has deflected in some way in this football game.
I think after the game you go back, if you're a quarterback coach, and you look at arm angle, how low Sam's releasing the ball. KT mentioned him throwing like a shortstop earlier. The ball's got to get up high over the top.
2nd and 10 from the 25. Again, Levitt will throw. That pass is dropped. Out past the 30-yard line, dropped by Shimon Mateer. It would have been, at that spot, a gain of about 7 yards, and he might have been able to work his way upfield, but he just couldn't latch onto the rock, and so it's 3rd and 10.
You know, like those quick calls. Got a big tight end, 255 pounds. Really, he's caught everything. That's the first ball I can really remember him dropping this season.
Yeah. 3rd and 10 from the 25.
2 defenders on Tyson to the right.
Levitt had time. Now he will run. Sam runs to the 30, runs to the 35. He's got a first down and showed some flashes of Sam of old with those legs as he picks up 14 yards and a first down.
Official timeout.
But wait a minute,
injury.
we have an injured player. Malik McLean, Sun Devil receiver, is in a seated position. I don't know if this might be a cramp or what, but McLean now getting up on his own, but he's going to have to head off to the sideline.
Nice job by Sam, realizing he didn't like what he saw, and he just pulled the ball down. And you're right, Sam.
He did show a little burst, didn't he?
Yeah, you kind of wonder if both these teams are like, okay, let's just keep it close in the first half. Now we got to go, win the game here. Big opening drive for ASU.
Boy, that's an encouraging play, though, to see Sam able to run the way he did. And the Devils moved the chains for only the 3rd time today on 3rd down. They're now 3 of 9 in 3rd down conversions. That's been a struggle all year long for this Arizona State offense. Deep red zone and converting 3rd downs, the 2 big issues. 1st and 10 from the 39. Off the play fake, a throw to the near side is incomplete as Levitt, off that play action fake, tried a sidearm throw to Mateer on the near side in the flat, and boy, he threw that ball into a lot of traffic, a lot of jerseys of both white and red there.
Yeah, I thought David Bailey, that we talked about him, he had 2 sacks in the first half. I just think he plays the edge so well. He was kind of half on that RPO run, half towards the run, half towards the tight quarterback, and kind of confusing Sam with his body language.
Jaron Hamilton is flanked wide to the left side. Bryce Pollock is lined up against him, but giving him about 10 yards of space. Let's see if Levitt looks that way. He does look left, but he throws out into the flat to Rayleigh Brown instead, and Brown has run out of bounds after a very short gain that time. And he was run out of bounds by Terrell Tillman, reserve defensive end, one-time Oregon Duck. Now in his 3rd year at Texas Tech.
Yeah, think about that. You just talked about You know, they run a 3-4 set, and whenever you get that fourth down guy, they call it a dog position. That was Tillman, that's Romello height. Both those guys are 6'3" to 6'5", 240-pound outside linebacker.
This is a 3rd and 8 in a compressed formation for Levitt and the Sun Devils. As Sam wants to throw, now fires deep to the far side of the field, intended for Tyson. The pass incomplete as Tyson was defended by Bryce Pollock. And Arizona State is going to have to punt the football away.
That was pretty good blocking that time by Josh Atkins and Obigbo, the left guard. You know, we've been on them a little bit, but they did a nice job. 5-man pressure from Texas Tech with a twist. They picked it up and gave time for Sam to throw that post corner route.
So Canyon Floyd is on to punt the ball away. Floyd punting for the first time in about a month. He's had a groin injury. Averaged 40 yards on his 2 first-half punts. High snap, but Floyd gets it down and gets it off. It's a line drive kick, takes a great roll, however, and Aiken, the returner, covers it, takes it on a bounce, and falls down at the 11-yard line of Texas Tech. A 48-yard punt for Floyd with no return, and that after a bad snap. We have a timeout on the field with a little less than 2 minutes gone by in the third quarter. It's Arizona State 9 and Texas Tech 7. You're listening to the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network. ASU on top 9-7. Let's check in with Kevin Turner on the sideline. KT might have a little bit of an update on Prince Dorba.
Yeah, he's back out on the field right now. He's still in all his uniform, and he was over there talking to Joe Connolly, kind of trying to work a full range of motion with the elbow wrap that he's already got. He's got a carbon fiber apparatus on his right elbow, but he was working the right shoulder. It looks like, I don't know, it looks like he's doubtful here for the second half, guys.
Well, at least he is back in uniform and on the sideline, but boy, it didn't look good when Prince got hurt there late in the first half. Thanks for that report, KT, as Texas Tech about to take over at its own 11-yard line after that 48-yard punt by Canyon Floyd. Arizona State with a 9-7 lead early third quarter.
You know, Hammond's back out there, the backup quarterback. I was kind of wondering if they were going to maybe try to sneak Morton in some plays. Baron Morton, the starting quarterback, if you missed it, has not played in this game.
He was ruled out starting with the leg injury, but the word is that he is available if needed. 1st and 10 from the 11. Hammond, Jacoby Williams, the running back, gets the handoff on first down, just not finding any holes, and he goes down after a gain of maybe a yard. Boy, the Sun Devils just plugged the hole. CJ Fight was the primary gap plugger there for Arizona State. 2nd down and 9. Red Raiders at tempo again off play action. Hammond rolls right, throws over the middle and overthrows his intended receiver, Terrence Carter, the tight end, and Carter is slow to get up.
Boogie Wilson is just putting a box on everybody right now.
Man, Boogie Wilson's been terrific, and Carter is going to have to hobble off the field, and
Officials
he can't make it.
Injury.
Remember, that's the second time he's been down. Remember in the first quarter we talked about him getting dinged up on a run play, trying to hobble off on an ankle, and if he goes out, like we talked about, he has 23 receptions and 5 touchdowns as a tight end. John Carlos Miller's their starter, and he's only got 6 catches.
Rapper, what do you think of Will Hammond? I'm surprised that he's played so much this year. He looks like his passing, he just looks really rusty.
It looks like spring football. It looks like, you know, somebody who got moved from, you know, linebacker to quarterback. He just doesn't spin the ball well. I don't think he goes through his reads. The play calling looks totally, you know, conservative. And when the play calls come in, they're that conservative, it just trickles down. The safeties are jumping routes. Boogie Wilson's jumping 7-yard routes in his, you know, I mean, if you're Texas Tech, at some point, do you go a hitch and go and just let him crank one deep?
It looks like they're going to go. We're going to take a timeout here as they continue to devote attention to injured Texas Tech tight end Terrence Carter. So we will take the timeout with them with 12:38 remaining third quarter. ASU leads at 9-7 over the Red Raiders. Timeout on the Sun Devil Radio Network. Injured Texas Tech tight end Terrence Carter is now having to be carted off the field. He is in a cart being driven toward the Red Raider locker room on the northeast corner of Mountain America Stadium. Hope that young man's all right. He is a transfer from Louisiana, 3 years there, was first team All Sun Belt a year ago, and came into this game with 23 receptions, tied for third on the Red Raider team in receptions coming into today. As Texas Tech, when play resumes, will have a 3rd down and 9 at its 12-yard line. 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third quarter. ASU 9, Texas Tech 7.
Yeah, taking a look. Clayton Smith is out there. Elijah O'Neal is out there.
Good to see O'Neal. Remember, he got dinged in the first half. Justin Watley.
Look at
and
the, hey, Tim,
CJ
I don't mean
Fight.
to cut you off. Look at the formations. The 2 defensive tackles are outside the tackles. The middle of the field's wide open. They're daring the quarterback to run.
Hammond will throw, however, and it's tipped and intercepted. It's intercepted by Martell Hughes. Martell Hughes intercepts a deflected pass that was intended for Texas Tech's other tight end. And now he is injured.
Montana Warren hits the tight end in the lower legs. The ball comes flying up and it's picked off. Hospital ball thrown there by the quarterback, Hammond. I mean, you're going to lose 2 tight ends in the game, Tim.
On back-to-back plays, Texas Tech receivers have been injured. We think this might be John Carlos Miller, the tight end, but we're waiting to get confirmation.
Oh, and he got hyperextended. Looked like Montana Warren hits him and gets the ball up in the air. And the ball's behind the tight end low. He leans back and gets it.
And it is John Carlos Miller, and luckily for the Red Raiders, he is able to get up and walk off the field on his own. After on the previous play, his fellow Texas Tech tight end, Terrence Carter, had to be carted off the field. An errant throw to Carter, a deflected pass off the hands of Miller that was intercepted by Arizona State's Montana Warren, or Martell Hughes, and that was almost in the same area of the field where Hughes had the game-clinching interception against TCU here a couple of weeks ago. So the Sun Devils take over at the Texas Tech 21-yard line, trying to add to their 9-7 lead. Off play action, Levitt drops back, steps up, nowhere to go with the ball, tries to run away from pressure, now scrambles to his right, lofts a throw to an open Shimon Mateer. Mateer to the 15, and Mateer is dragged out of bounds by linebacker Ben Roberts at the 10-yard line, and that'll be 1st and goal after an 11-yard gain.
Nice job by...
And there is a Sun Devil injured in the end zone.
Officials timeout.
And we believe it's Jordan Tyson. Tyson has been helped up to a seated position in the corner of the end zone, the near corner of that south end zone here at Mountain America Stadium.
That was a good job by Mateer in blocking on the backside for Sam. When the scramble happens and the ball reverses back towards Mateer, he releases and becomes a safety valve. Quick little soft dump outlet pass for the 1st down. Tyson was lined up left as a wide receiver, came into the back of the end zone, crossed the end zone, and he was 15, 20 yards away from the play. I'm not sure what happened, with him on the backside.
Boy, we've had so many players on both teams go down injured in today's game.
Hamstring cramp or pull on him. He was just running by himself, reached back with his right hand, grabbed that hamstring.
And you can hear the student section, and it's right in front of the student section where he went down, chanting Jordan Tyson. Many consider him to be likely the first wide receiver picked in next spring's NFL draft. What a phenomenal 2 years he's had at Arizona State.
Hey, Tim, let's play what if, okay?
We've done that a lot today, right?
I mean, it's a baseball score, so we're just trying to figure out how to move the runner from second to third.
And that cheer you hear is for Tyson. He is up and on his feet. He's walking rather gingerly, but he is upright and walking on his own. Seems to be favoring that right leg of his.
He kind of just bent over and tried to stretch it out, so I wonder if it's a cramp.
Jordan takes his helmet off as he approaches the sideline here. on the near side of the field. Kevin Turner, what are you seeing there?
Yeah, so I've had that injury. He's grabbing what they call the bicep femoris, which is the belly of the hamstring, and he's just looks like he's writhing in pain. That is not, in my opinion, a cramp. That looks pretty serious from my angle here.
You're going with a pull?
I think, I don't know if I'm going to go that far, but
Get in the game, Kevin. You're the sideline guy. That's your job. Let's go. Get us some news.
First and goal from the 10-yard line as the Devils are back to the line of scrimmage. Tyson on the bench. Hand off to Relique Brown, and Brown is stuffed after a gain of maybe 2 yards to the 8. Among the tacklers, defensive end David Bailey. And the Sun Devils once again have entered the G2G red zone. Can they be a little bit more productive in the G2G red zone? They've settled for 3 field goals today, 2 of them after trips to the red zone. And
Empty backfield right now. 2 tight ends left with a running back left, 2 wideouts to the right.
Empty formation. Levitt in the gun. Relique Brown motions toward the backfield. Levitt gets the snap, drops back. Pressure coming. Sam cannot get away. He's tackled back at the 15-yard line. Romello Height leading the defensive surge there for Texas Tech. A loss of 7. Height's 6th sack of the year. One-time USC Trojan and one-time Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket.
Bailey comes around right tackle, gets a great spin move.
And that energy surge you heard from the crowd, Jordan Tyson is back on the field.
Is that belly formellis? What was that muscle pull, Kevin?
femoris.
Okay, there we go.
3rd and goal from the 16. 3 receivers to the left, Tyson to the right. They hand it to Relique Brown. Brown looking for an opening to the 10, to the 5, and he is tackled at the 4-yard line. Boy, one more step, and I thought Relique had a chance to bolt into the end zone, but he goes down at the 4. A nice run nonetheless, 12 yards, but it's 4th and goal from the 4-yard line.
You know, it looked like at the 4, it looked like he had to slow down. The ball almost got stripped out of his hands.
What do you think about this? The Sun Devils, leading 9-7, are going to go for it. With all the 4th down or deep red zone struggles they've had, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal from the 4. Levitt gets the snap, gets the pass off for the end zone, and it is incomplete.
Roughing the passer.
There's a penalty flag on the play. Back near where Sam Levitt went down, David Bailey was the man bringing the pressure for Texas Tech. He may have brought too much pressure.
Big break for ASU. Bailey.
The passer, defense, number 31. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
A huge break for Arizona State. And Sam Levitt is on the sideline. It looks like.
I like this. If you go with Jeff Sims down here, play some kind of.
And here is Sims at quarterback. The penalty puts the ball to the 2-yard line. 1st and goal, Sims at quarterback. Sims will take off, try to run with it. Jeff Sims to the end zone.
Fumble.
No, he fumbled. Is he across? He fumbled, and I believe Arizona State recovered. Jordan Tyson fell on the football. Just as Sims was about to cross the goal line, the ball popped out. The Sun Devils couldn't be any luckier than they've been on these last 2 plays. Flirting with disaster, and somehow they've still got it 2nd and goal.
Jacob Rodriguez punches it out, and ASU gets it back.
Levitt is back in at quarterback. He'll line up under center. He'll try to take it himself, and he's practically dropped in his tracks, tackled by, among others, defensive end Terrell Tillman. So now it's 3rd and goal at the 2. It's just mind-boggling how this offense is just unable to crack the ball into the end zone from deep in the red zone. A pistol look with Brown lined up behind Levitt. 3rd and goal. Levitt rolls to his right, throws for the end zone, caught for a touchdown by Jordan Tyson. In the most important moment, you go to your best player, and he delivers. Levitt to Tyson. Touchdown. And the Sun Devils extend their lead to 15-7.
Yeah, some people call it a pick route, but if you're an offensive player, it's called a rub route because picks are illegal. Inside out, Tyson is on the inside. And just get a little rub route. The defender has to come over the top of the inside receiver. I think that was Malik McLean. And touchdown. Game's not hard, right? Throw it to 0.
That's pretty easy, isn't it? Jesus Gomez has kicked nothing but field goals. Happy to try an extra point here, and he converts. And so with 8:50 left to go in the third quarter, it's now a 2-possession game as Arizona State leads Texas Tech 16-7. We take a timeout on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network. That Kia scoring drive, 7 plays, 21 yards set up by the Martell Hughes interception. The payoff, a 2-yard pass from Sam Levitt to Jordan Tyson. Discover what happens when rugged capability meets true performance. Learn more at kia.com. Kia, movement that inspires. While I have a quick moment, this being the month of October, October happens to be the month of the birth date of one of my 3 sisters, Maureen Healy, who is listening back in Raleigh, North Carolina, or at least Bryson, I think she is listening. In any event, Mo, happy birthday. And she gets a shout out just for listening to us back in Raleigh, North Carolina on a Saturday afternoon, which is getting close to a Saturday evening back there. And if she's listening, she's helping to bring some good mojo because the Sun Devils have just taken a 16-7 lead in this ball game over favored Texas Tech.
If you want the best seats in the stadium at the next home game, sign up for
Nothing like having a birthday month, right? You said birthday.
Well,
this is her birthday month.
We had a bye week. Her birthday's October 5th. We had a bye week, and
okay.
then it was a late game last week in Utah.
Well, happy birthday, Mo.
We do user-friendly birthday greetings here on this show. So,
hey, if you're listening from North Carolina, you get a shout out.
That's for darn sure, and she listens very often, and love having her listen to us.
Are you the baby of the 3?
I'm actually the elder child.
Really?
The oldest of 4.
Wow, you're
3
the
younger
responsible
sisters.
one.
Yeah, and 2 of them live in the Raleigh area. My sister Mary and her husband Ted.
You know, it used to be they have to go watch
Player number 15 is now wearing number 41.
I got to mention
15
my
is
baby
40
sister
41.
Sharon. Sharon and her husband Bruce live in Bruce Velzian in Burlington, New Jersey, near statistician Evan Reiser's hometown of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. 16-7 as Jesus Gomez prepares to kick it off. And it's a line drive boomer if you can. You don't see that too often. He got it in a line, but had plenty of oomph behind that kick and drove it out of the end zone. So it's a touchback, and the Red Raiders will take over at their 25-yard line.
Man, I'll tell you what, Hammond is back out there.
Yeah.
I thought
let's talk about what you were talking about during the break. Yeah.
I was thinking, if you have anything on the bench at quarterback, I think if you're Texas Tech, you would have gone to it right there, wouldn't you?
Maybe this gives us some insight that maybe Baron Morton isn't as available as perhaps thought.
And ASU's just locking up. They're going to play man. We're going to take away the running game.
From the 25-yard line, a first down handoff to Cam Dickey, who gets outside. Dickey to the 35, to the 40, and he is bumped out of bounds by Keith Abney out at the 44-yard line. A 19-yard pickup on first down, the best run of the day for Cam Dickey.
ASU lost container on the right defensive end spot. That was Clayton Smith over there. They've got to keep contained. They do not want to throw the football.
Here's Dickey again.
Oh, picked off.
Oh, pass intercepted, or
no.
almost intercepted by Boogie Wilson.
I mean, Abney undercut it, tipped it in the air. Wilson gets his hands on it. I thought they had the pick. Please, Hammond, throw, please.
The thing I'll say, Hammond with a heck of a flake. I actually thought he had given the ball to Dickey, and that was just a tremendous play fake by Hammond, but the pass almost intercepted. So it's second down and 10 from the 45 of Texas Tech. Hammond, with pressure coming in his face, throws to the far side of the field, incomplete. Elijah O'Neal was bringing the heat right in the grill of Will Hammond and hit him just as Hammond got that pass off to the far side of the field, and it was badly overthrown.
Great job that time by Elijah O'Neal. He gets around the tight end, puts pressure on him. John Carlos Miller was in there and just ran right through the tight end.
So it's 3rd and 10 with 8:17 left third quarter. Hammond dropping back to pass. Stands tall, gets sacked! Sacked back at the 34-yard line. Sacked by veteran Anthony Cooper, who has played a lot today and comes up with a huge play there, sacking Hammond. The loss back to the 37-yard line of the Red Raiders.
I mean, Texas Tech is an offense that averages 325 yards passing a game. You know what they're at so far for the game, Tim?
88.
88.
I cheated. I looked at the stats monitor.
That's all right. That's why you're professional.
Now the punt by Burgess angles it toward the far side, but Zachariah Sample makes a fair catch. There was a Red Raider right near him downfield.
That was a nice play by Sample. He's looking up into the sun. He's in the north, facing to the south. Gets bumped and still makes the catch.
43-yard punt. Ashton Hampton, a reserve cornerback, was right in Zachariah's face, but he made the fair catch, and the Devils, leading by 9, will take over at their 20-yard line when we return. 7.5 minutes remaining, third quarter. Arizona State 16, Texas Tech 7. Timeout on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network. A quick note on Jordan Tyson, or actually 2 notes. That touchdown that Jordan scored a few moments ago on that short pass from Sam Levitt. Tyson has now scored a touchdown in 8 consecutive games in which he has played, dating back to last year. He came into this weekend with the 2nd longest active streak of that kind in the FBS. Touchdowns in 8 consecutive games for Jordan. The other note is that it appears as though Tyson at the moment is in the injury tent on the Sun Devil sideline, as Arizona State will begin this possession at its 20-yard line. At the 20. After that exchange on the punt, as the Devils are on the field now. And I believe, is that Demarius Man Robinson in at running back now for Arizona State.
False start on the offensive line.
And it looked like Sam was about to hand the ball to Man, the freshman from Oklahoma City, when that flag dropped.
False start. Offense, number 70. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Jalen Clem, who is in at left tackle now, called for that penalty. The junior from Mars, Pennsylvania. His dad, Adrian Clem, a longtime, highly regarded college football and NFL assistant coach, and at the college level, considered to be an outstanding recruiter. 1st and 15 from the 15. And Man Robinson continues in the ball game as Levitt's pass to the far side of the field is caught by Jaron Hamilton, I should say.
No out route that time to the left side. Hamilton gets it for 7 yards. That's just a nice, easy pitch and catch right there by the quarterback.
Short gain of only 2.
Take what they give you, right?
It'll be 2nd down and 8 from the 22-yard line. That's the 3rd catch for Turbo tonight, or this afternoon. The other 2 were huge chunk plays in the first half.
See if they go back to tight end over the middle. They went there earlier on the drop to Mateer.
Levitt on 2nd down throws to the near side of the field, and that's incomplete. Intended for Malik McClain, or did he catch it?
On the field is an incomplete pass.
It is an incomplete pass. 3 Texas Tech defenders were around McClain and all got up and were making the motion as if to signal incomplete pass, and they were correct. So it's 3rd down. ASU so far today outgaining Texas Tech in total yards, 223 to 155. 3rd and 10, or excuse me, 3rd and 8 from the 22. Levitt, short drop, gets a short pass off to Mateer in the far flat, slips out of a tackle, gets upfield, fumbles the football, but I believe the Sun Devils recovered at the 34-yard line. Mateer had the first down, and Texas Tech so good at punching that ball out, and that ball came out of Mateer's grasp. But
Clem get it?
I think it might have been, it was either Clem or Kyle Scott, one of the offensive linemen, recovered the fumble after a 12-yard gain, and Jordan Tyson is now back on the field for ASU.
Knocked out from behind by Romello Height, chasing the play, stripped it. Second time the ball's bounced ASU's way.
You're darn right, and they are so proficient, the Red Raiders are, at knocking out the ball. Here's Levitt in trouble on first down, gets away from one man. Now scrambles to his right. He'll take off and just run for the sideline and get a couple of yards. And was that one of the Sun Devil coaches? It might have been Hines Ward that ended up on the turf as Jacob Rodriguez was chasing after Levitt. And it might have been Rodriguez who inadvertently crashed into Hines Ward and sent him on the turf.
You know what? 2 weeks ago, that's a 7-yard gain, not a 2-yard gain. Sam giving it all he's got right there, but just doesn't have that.
The gain to the 37-yard line. Call it a pickup of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7, and it's an empty formation now. Levitt, one-step drop, throws far side, caught by Rayleigh Brown, and Brown is out of bounds with a first down near midfield, out at the 47 of Arizona State. A 10-yard gain and a first down.
That's how you handle that quick rush end. Just get rid of the ball fast. Empty backfield, spread everybody out. You have your running back who's the farthest receiver on the outside. He just runs a little quick hitch route.
Nearing 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. ASU 16, Texas Tech 7. Sun Devils with the ball, 1st and 10 at their 47-yard line. 2 receivers split to the left side. Off play action. Sam rolls out, sets up, throws downfield. Mateer wide open, makes the catch, and goes down at the 30-yard line of Texas Tech. A gain of 23 and an Arizona State first down.
Mateer, just a big body receiver. Play action to the right. They come back to the left side to Mateer down the hash marks. And good job by Mateer getting up high, getting the ball. And then when he sees a defensive player coming to make the tackle, he gets low because they were going right for his legs.
Jordan Tyson motions over to the far side, the left side of the formation. Rayleigh Brown's out there as well. It's another empty set, although Rayleigh now motions back into the backfield.
Cover 2.
Levitt throws over the middle, and that's complete to Cameron Harpole. And Harpole has about 8 yards before Ben Roberts and John Curry team up to tackle him. They'll spot the ball just inside the 23-yard line of the Red Raiders.
Yeah, I like how they're going with these wide sets and really making Texas Tech show their defense. They went with a cover 2 shell that time. They just hit the little out route to the tight end on the right. Got a man-free look here, Tim.
Trips left, 3 receivers to the left side, Tyson to the right. Off play action, throwing for Tyson, makes the one-hand, oh, he couldn't hold on as Tyson headed for that goal line with 2 defenders bracketing him, reached up with the right hand to try to gather it in and just could not latch onto it.
Instead of a fade route, it's an inside 9 route. Safety's trying to get over the top to get to Tyson. Tyson gets his right hand on it, can't bring it into his belly to make the catch. That was a nice throw by Sam Levitt.
Would have been a touchdown had he held on. Instead, now it is 3rd and 2. Sun Devils 5 of 13 on 3rd down in this game. Tyson to the left. Give to Rayleigh Brown. Brown looking for that first down. They try to move the pile forward, and they may have gotten it. They're going to spot it at the 20-yard line, and it looks like it should be a first down anyway. We're waiting for the signal, and now we get the signal. It is a first down for Arizona State. Rayleigh Brown with a good, tough run there.
I don't know if it went out over the airways, but we could hear from our field mic, quick whistle, quick whistle. Oh, Sean Crespin in our ears saying quick whistle. I'm whoever's saying in my ear, quick whistle, I agree with him because Rayleigh Brown's trying to move the pile. Here we go, 4 receivers to the left, 1 back. There are no receivers or tight ends to the right side. Ball's on the right hash.
Rayleigh Brown is lined up behind Levitt in a pistol set. They give it to Rayleigh. Rayleigh gets down to the 15-yard line. Pickup of 5 on the play for Rayleigh Brown. Time coming off the clock. We're under 3 minutes to go, third quarter. ASU 16. 7th-ranked Texas Tech 7. And boy, you split 4 to the right, to the left side, and then what are you trying to open up space for the run game?
Yeah, trying to get some room in there because it's hard to block. You know, they've got a good defensive front, so if you're not going to block them, spread them out. Kind of like Appalachian State the first time they beat Michigan. They just spread them out, dinked it real quick. Here, same formation, 4 to the left, pistol set.
Let's see if they run it again on 2nd and 10. Instead, they throw to Cameron Harpole. Harpole catches the ball, but boy, that Tech defense is so fast. They get over to him quickly. Ben Roberts, a linebacker, just sprinted over and dropped Harpole at the 16-yard line for a loss of yardage. It'll set up a 3rd and 6 with under 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, now they've shown the give out of that formation. They showed the tight end screen. Now you got to pump the tight end screen and try to hit that fade route of that shot.
Malik McClain, Cameron Harpole. Compressed to the right side of the formation. Eusebio and Tyson to the left. On 3rd down, Levitt to throw. Pressure coming. Sam dodges tacklers, sprints to the far side, sprinting for that 1st down, and he is inside the 10-yard line. Reached his hand out with the ball in it. The ball was slapped out of his hand, but it was slapped out of bounds. And it appears as though Levitt got the 1st down.
He's reaching for the pylon with his right hand. He's running to his left, so it's his inside hand. They slap it out of bounds.
We still have not gotten a 1st down signal from the officials
on the
yet.
field is a fumble, went forward out of bounds. We're going back to the spot of the fumble, which results in a 1st down.
There you go. That'll work. And once again, the Sun Devils making life interesting in the G2G red zone. But it's 1st and goal, ASU at the 10. That's the 3rd time today the Sun Devils have fumbled the ball, and they have been fortunate to either recover all 3 or they go out of bounds. As Rayleigh Brown gets the handoff, drives straight forward and gets to around the 6 before he is tackled.
Kind of a power run scheme. Kamari Anderson, the tight end, lines up right, comes in and blocks on that inside wham block. We've seen that a number of times, trying to get some help on Big Lee Hunter or whoever's playing that nose tackle.
John Curry on the tackle for Tech, but check out this number. The time of possession now, ASU over 28 minutes. Texas Tech under 16. Red Raider defense has been out there a lot today. 2nd down and goal from the 6. The pistol look. Again, they give it to Brown. He's dropped for a loss as knifing through to make the play was safety Cole Wisniewski, the one-time star at FCS powerhouse North Dakota State. And that will be the final play of the 3rd period. And once again, the Sun Devils challenged to find the end zone in the red zone. But if they could somehow do it, they could take, dare I say, a commanding lead in this game as we head to the 4th quarter. The 4th period will begin with Arizona State having a 3rd and goal at the 9 after 3 quarters of play here at Mountain America Stadium in Tempe on a gorgeous sunny Saturday autumn afternoon.
That is the end of the 3rd quarter.
Our score through 3 periods, Arizona State 16 and Texas Tech 7. We're back with the 4th quarter of today's game in a moment here on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network. We welcome you back to the 4th quarter of today's game, along with producer engineer Sean Crespin, spotter Bryce Garrett, statistician Evan Reiser, Kevin Turner and Jeff Van Raphorst. I'm Tim Healy. Arizona State with a 16-7 lead over 7th-ranked Texas Tech. And the Sun Devils are threatening to add to it. However, they have reached a crossroads on this deep penetration into the red zone, the G2G red zone once again. ASU with a 3rd and goal at the 9. The Sun Devils have just had a heck of a time punching in touchdowns from the deep red zone over the last month or so of this season. A field goal here would increase their lead to 12 points, but
Tyson's lined up left. Pollock is on him. You're going to have Wisniewski, the safety, sliding that way. Boy, I tell you what, your mind tells you got to go away from Jordan Tyson, but he's making all the plays. You have to go back to him, maybe.
They give it to Rayleigh Brown on 3rd down, a conservative call, and Jacob Rodriguez wraps him up and drops him for a loss back to the 11. Boy, a very conservative call there on 3rd and goal, and indeed the field goal unit will come on. Jesus Gomez has booted 3 of them today, all of them from one of the 2 hash marks. This will be from the near hash. Canyon Floyd will set it down at around the 18-yard line, so we'll call it a 28-yard field goal for Gomez. Good snap, kicks airborne, on the way, and it's good. Gomez 4 for 4 today. It's the second time this year that Jesus Gomez has booted 4 field goals in a game. Gomez is only the 5th FBS kicker in the last 10 years to have made game-winning field goals in the final 2 minutes of regulation in consecutive games. Remember, he hit the game winner on the final play to win at Baylor. That was his 4th field goal of that game. Hit the game winner with about, a minute or so to go in the game against TCU here on September 26th, and has a 4 field goal game this afternoon, and has helped deliver
Arizona
another
State player number 15
$250
is now
from
wearing
Mountain
41.
America
15
Credit
is
Union
41.
to the Sun Devil Club for that field goal. It's an even grand that Mountain America is donating today, thanks to Jesus Gomez, and it's now a 19-7 game. A 16-play, 69-yard drive for the Sun Devils that was capped off by that field goal, as Jacoby Williams and Micah Hudson are back deep to await Gomez's kickoff, which is airborne but returnable for Jacoby Williams from 2 yards deep in the end zone. Out he comes to the 15, to the 20, now heading to the far side of the field to the 30, 35, 40. He's near midfield, still on his feet, and finally is tackled at the Arizona State 45-yard line. Officially, it'll go as a 56-yard return for Jacoby Williams. They'll spot the ball at the Sun Devil 44.
Yeah, took it out to the right, brought it back to the left, and bad angles by ASU. Big play and kick return game after, think about defensively, though. They got a nice break, Tim. That last drive was over 8 minutes. So you want to get your defense out there. You just don't want your defense out on your side of the 50-yard line.
So now Texas Tech goes to work in great field position. Will Hammond remains in a quarterback. Cameron Dickey motioning out of the backfield, an empty set. Dickey on first down, looks left, throws far side of the field. The pass is caught by Virgil, sidesteps a couple of tacklers, but Keith Abney won't let him get further downfield, and Abney wraps him up. There's a late penalty flag down.
They're going to get one of the offensive linemen for coming over, hitting the pile, and that I want to say that was Watley. ASU ran a defensive lineman out to the flat, and it was out there on the tackle, but one of the old linemen came in late and tried to clean up the pile. I think they're going to get Texas Tech on this.
They gave him forward progress to the 37-yard line of ASU. It'd be about a 7-yard gain, but depends on what they call on the penalty here.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 4, 15-yard penalty, first down.
So Ghost Rouser penalized for a face mask.
Wow, I was wrong on that one. I thought they got that late block on the pile. Oh, that's not a face mask. Rouser's hand hits the helmet, the top of the helmet on the way by, turns his head, but he never engaged into the face mask.
Boy, that's a tough call against Arizona State. Texas Tech now has it at the 23-yard line of ASU on just 2 plays. Off play action, Hammond drops back with time, throwing for the end zone, incomplete, as Javen Robinson dove to try to deflect that one away from the intended receiver, Reggie Virgil. And Ghost Rouser, Jordan Crook were also back there on defense for ASU.
Receiver ran out of bounds. The official threw his hat, meaning he's ineligible, so even if it would have got caught, he was going to be out of bounds. He would have had to reestablish himself, and he would have had to be pushed out of bounds.
2nd down and 10 from the 23. A minute and a half gone by here in the 4th quarter. 2 backs in the backfield with Hammond now. He fakes the give, wants to run, sidesteps a tackler, dives forward, and gets down to around the 17-yard line before Keyshawn Elliott was able to trip him up.
Yeah, Kangaika hitting his helmet. They're all taught to be watching this quarterback. He's looking to run every time, and Kangaika has a shot on him, can't bring him down.
Hammond looked like he was in trouble, but he ended up gaining 6 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 4 at the Sun Devil 17. Tate Romney, CJ Fight go into the lineup. Jordan Crook and Blazin Lona Wong come out. Under 13 to go. 3rd and 4. Hammond on a designed run, And Hammond is going to be tackled close to the first down. I think he's got it. At the 12-yard line, he moves the chains by the narrowest of margins. He needed 4, he got 4.5, and gets the first down. Tate Romney was in on the tackle, but it's a first down for Texas Tech.
You know, you look at Hammond's numbers when he came in Utah in the second half. He went 13 of 16 for 170 yards and 2 touchdowns. He can't throw his way out of a sack right now.
On first down, Hammond to throw. Throws far side. It's caught by John Carlos Miller. He's hit immediately by Ghost Rouser. And they throw him back further upfield, but they're going to give him forward progress down inside the 10-yard line at around the 8, which would make it a gain of about 4 and second down and 6.
A nice play by Rouser. Remember, he's had those hands taped up, but he did a nice job of wrapping up the receiver on that short little dump off to the left side.
They spot the ball at the 8-yard line. Second down and 6. Cameron Dickey is the setback. They fake the give, and now a shovel pass to Dickey, who fumbled the football but fell on it at around the line of scrimmage, the 8-yard line. That will be an incomplete pass.
It's incomplete.
Even if the Devils had fallen on it because it was a little shovel pass. Hammond faked the give to Dickey, who proceeded toward the middle of the line of scrimmage. And then Hammond tried to shovel it to Dickey, and the pass misfired, so it'll be 3rd and 6 from the 8.
Yeah, Dickey just took his eyes off the ball. It's an inside shovel pass. The defensive end, Watley, was right there. Dickey takes his eyes off. He sees the defender coming in and drop the ball.
Dickey remains the running back to the right of Hammond. Hammond back to pass. Pressure coming. Hammond hit as he throws. Pass incomplete. Adrian Boogie Wilson with the safety blitz came right up the middle, right in the grill of Hammond, and forced that incompletion.
Right on the field, it's an incomplete pass to be 4th down.
So now if you're Texas Tech,
go for it.
They're going for it, because even if they were to kick a field goal, the Sun Devils would still have a 2-possession edge with 11.5 to play.
Yeah, they're going to be in that south end zone, which is the student section. So this is the end zone you want them in from a noise standpoint.
One of the plays of the game right here, 4th and 6 from the 8. The Red Raiders can get a first down without getting a touchdown. 3 receivers lined up to the right.
Delay a game. Oh, they got the timeout just in time.
The flag is down, but the officials are emphatically indicating that Texas Tech did get a timeout called.
Prior to the play clock running out.
You could see how loud that crowd was. The quarterback.
Texas Tech.
That time Hammond had to walk up to the offensive line to
call a 30-second timeout.
Call the play, and the clock was running down.
Back judge Nathan Jastrom had thrown the flag, was ready to call a delay a game, but his cohorts closer to the Texas Tech sideline blew their whistles and emphatically indicated that the Red Raiders indeed had gotten timeout called.
Yeah, McGuire was down there, the head coach of Texas Tech, and he's been around. He's been coaching forever, a long-time high school coach. He's not going to let that clock run out on 4th and 6 from the 8. You know.
So what do you look for here from Texas Tech?
I don't know where they go, Tim. I mean, you know, I don't think you draw it here. I don't think you quarterback run it. I mean, if you're ASU, I want him to try to run. I think he's going to have to try to throw the ball, make sure he tries to see if he gets something. Maybe you go to Eakin, right? He's been your big guy so far tonight.
If you're Brian Ward, do you bring a blitz?
I bring pressure.
4th and 6 from the 8. Again, 3 receivers lined up to the right. And again, Hammond having to change the play at the line of scrimmage.
Eakin wants the ball in the slot to the right.
On 4th down, Hammond will toss it to Dickey. Dickey's in trouble, and Dickey tries to get away from pressure, and they knock him out of bounds, short of the first down. And the Sun Devils have held.
They went speed option into the boundary with trips formation to the field. There's nothing in their, Tim, they have nothing in their playbook. I mean, I'm flabbergasted that that's a call on 4th and 6 from the 8.
Texas Tech today is now 4 of 15 on either 3rd or 4th down conversions. Timeout on the field. Arizona State holds on downs, and with 11:24 left, they'll get the ball back at their 10-yard line, leading 19-7 when we return in a moment here on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network. Fans are hoping they can go down there and celebrate a win tonight. If it is, it would be a stunner, and the Sun Devils are 11.5 minutes away from pulling off a stunner this afternoon in Tempe as they lead heavily favored and 7th ranked and unbeaten Texas Tech 19-7, and just held the Red Raiders on downs inside the red zone. ASU will take over at its own 9-yard line. Boy, it looked like that great kickoff return by Jacoby Williams had put the Red Raiders in business, but the Devils defense stiffens deep in the red zone. Now Sam Levitt and company get set to go to work on first down. Levitt with a short throw over the middle, and it's caught by Jordan Tyson, and he goes down immediately after making the catch just past the 15-yard line. A gain of close to 6 yards on the play for Mr. Tyson. That'll be his 6th reception of the ball game. One of them for the Sun Devils' only touchdown of the day.
Yeah, this is where all your practice during the week comes in. This is the opposite of your hurry-up offense. This is your slow-down offense. Try to snap it with 5-4 on the clock.
Use up time. Time is your ally right now. Rayleigh Brown, the lone setback. Again, Sam wants to throw. That pass into a lot of traffic, incomplete. Cameron Harpole was the intended target, but the safety, Brendan Jordan, it looked like it went off his face mask.
And, you know, if you could not get a better angle, you're looking right into the sun. If you look at the shadows of the players,
yeah,
that ball was right on that trajectory, and the ball jumped over right and hit the safety right in the face mask.
So the Devils here have a 3rd down, a tough convert, 3rd and 4.
Tim, that ball bounced off his helmet.
Wow.
That was a walk-in touchdown.
ASU 7 of 16 on 3rd downs today. They give the ball to Rayleigh Brown. Brown with a first down and more. Up the far sideline. Brown, tripped up just near the 40-yard line. Had he been able to stay upright, he might have gone a long way. Tripped up by Cole Wisniewski, and now Rayleigh Brown is the latest Sun Devil
yeah,
to be shaken up.
He's got a cramp, it looks
Or
like.
an offensive injury.
A 23-yard run for Rayleigh Brown, his longest of the day. And I think you're right, Rapper. The tackle and the injury occurred right in front of the Texas Tech bench, and it looked like one of the Red Raider trainers was right there to help Rayleigh momentarily, and he just looked like he was cramped up.
He jumped off his right foot and then he went down. That was a nice block by Shimon Mater, the tight end, to seal that edge.
Let's take a timeout while how many breaks have we taken while they've dealt with injured players today? Another one here as they work on Rayleigh Brown. Timeout with 10:31 remaining. ASU 19, Texas Tech 7. This is the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network. Well, it appears as though Rayleigh Brown is able to get off on his own power as we check in with Kevin Turner.
Well, I was just wanting to make a comment up during the break, and you know, I got to so far give a game ball to Makua Pule for his outstanding work at center, doing a fantastic job in substitution this afternoon for Wade Helton. What a wonderful surprise he has been this afternoon for the Sun Devil offensive line, and his contributions don't go unnoticed down here on the sideline.
Absolutely.
That's a good point, KT.
And how about it? You're down to your 3rd string center playing one of the most feared defensive lines in the country, although that defensive line was missing one of its key players, Skylar Gill-Howard, out for the season for Texas Tech. But yeah, Makua Pule has really stood tall today. The whole offensive line, you got to give them props.
You know, but you think about Holmes goes out, or Skylar Gill-Howard goes out, and the guy they bring in has more tackles, is bigger, has more sacks. I mean, they reloaded, and to Kevin's point, Makua Pule is held up.
Demarius Man Robinson is in at running back now with Rayleigh Brown getting attention on the sideline. Rayleigh's 23-yard run gave the Devils a first down. Line of scrimmage is their 38-yard line. Malik McLean in motion. Levitt swings a pass to man in the near flat, and Robinson gets out past the 40 to around the 43 before linebacker Ben Roberts tackles him for Texas Tech. But that picks up 5 yards. Man Robinson had 2 receptions in that game at Utah in the late moments last Saturday night. Exactly 10 minutes to go in regulation. ASU 19, Texas Tech 7. Sun Devils trying to bounce back from that humbling 42-10 loss at Utah last Saturday night. Levitt will line up in the shotgun. Robinson in the backfield. He gets the handoff. Or no, it's Levitt. He'll keep and head upfield, and Sam will get a first down. Boy, it looked like Sam got forward progress to midfield, but they're spotting the ball like at the 48-yard line, which I think will still be a first down. But some of these spots are kind of head scratchers to me.
That was a good call right there by Marcus Arroyo. Everybody's thinking Sam can't run and need a couple key plays. Kevin Turner is in our ear saying, okay, I want a 7-minute drive. Well, you're starting to get it, Kevin. Almost 2 minutes on this drive.
1st and 10, the line of scrimmage, the Arizona State 48-yard line. 3 receivers split to the left side. Levitt will throw to one of them, Cameron Harpole, who secures the ball, makes the catch, is tackled immediately in Red Raider territory at the 46-yard line, but it's a nice gain on the play for Cameron Harpole before he gets tackled by safety Brendan Jordan.
I think the one thing that can derail you here if you're ASU is fumbles. You got to have, if you're in the huddle right now, ball security, the key issue. 3 fumbles already for ASU, but none of them have been converted by the opponent.
A 7-yard pickup for Harpole. 2nd down and 3. And Arizona State will go empty on this set. Now man motions into the backfield. Sets up on the right side of Levitt. There's the snap. Again, Levitt keeps the ball. Again, Levitt runs. This time he is upended short of the first down. Ben Roberts again making the tackle at the 44-yard line. It'll set up a 3rd down and 2. Ben Roberts out of Hazlet, Texas, a junior, and he has been a stud for Texas Tech the last 3 years. In fact, in 2023 and 24 combined, he had 190 total tackles, 3rd most of any defensive player in the Big 12. Another big 3rd down play here, 3rd and 2. Just over 7.5 minutes remaining in regulation. ASU 19, Texas Tech 7. What will the Devils call here? Levitt will throw on 3rd down. The pass over the middle, incomplete. Tried to get it to Malik McClain, who made a diving attempt. Amir Boyd defending. Boyd his helmet came off, and then he got up.
Defense did the game due to his helmet coming off.
And made the motion of putting a sword back in its holster. And the pass incomplete, and the Sun Devils will have to punt the ball away with 7:31 left.
That was a slant route on that side. Nice job by Boyd, undercutting the route, got his left hand in and knocked it away without pulling too much on that right hand and creating holding.
Coy Aiken is back at his 10-yard line. They bring the pressure, and I think the punt may have been partially blocked, and it's fielded by one of the up men, and heading along the far side of the field, one of the up men for Texas Tech fielded that football.
That's the 2nd block right of the game.
And I believe that might be Kelby Vasson, who is a reserve wide receiver, fielded that partially blocked punt. Kelby Vasson, a sophomore from Arlington, Texas, and he returned the ball to the 44-yard line. We'll take a time. Actually, they mark it at the 48 of Arizona State. So we take a timeout on the field with 7:21 remaining, and our score, ASU 19, Texas Tech 7. Timeout on the Sun Devil Radio Network. Well, the Sun Devils sure having a difficult time putting this game away as they bid to upset 7th-ranked Texas Tech, leading 19-7. They gave up a long kickoff return to Jacoby Williams that set the Red Raiders up in ASU territory. Texas Tech drove it deep into the red zone, but Arizona State held on downs. And now, after the Sun Devils drove the ball near midfield and had to punt it away, Canyon Floyd's punt was partially blocked and then was caught after its short trip downfield in midair by one of the up men for the Red Raiders, reserve wide receiver Kelby Vasson, a sophomore from Arlington, Texas, and he was able to return it to the 48 of Arizona State. So once again, Texas Tech has been blessed with a short field as they try to overcome this 12-point 4th quarter deficit, 7:21 remaining. The Sun Devil defense has stood tall all afternoon, and they will be asked to be stout here once again as the Red Raiders will take over in great field position. Will Hammond, 13 of 25 for 99 yards, a touchdown and an interception, is still in at quarterback. Jacoby Williams is the running back. On first down, Hammond rolling out to his right. He's being chased by Kongaika. Throws downfield, throws out of bounds, incomplete. Jacob Rich Kongaika was bringing the pressure from the rear and flushed Hammond out of the pocket to the right side. And his throw downfield was out of bounds, incomplete.
Yeah, I think that's the right thing, right? It's an effort play by Kongaika, putting pressure on the right-handed quarterback rolling to his right.
Second down and 10, 3 receivers split to the right of the formation. One of them, Coy Aiken, now motions to the left side. There's the snap. Hammond sets up quickly, throws the slant, and it's dropped by Caleb Douglas at around the 43-yard line. Keith Abney was defending. Boogie Wilson was close by. 3rd and 10. Clock stops on the incompletion. 7:10 remaining. ASU 19, Texas Tech 7.
Last week I thought it was BYU was bigger than us. This week I think it's ASU is better in the back end of the secondary, more athletic than Tech.
3rd and 10. Williams motions out of the backfield. Hammond throws a short pass caught by Giancarlos Miller, and Miller heads upfield and gets a first down to the 37-yard line, a gain of 11.
That was a nice call, a little tight end screen to the left side.
The Red Raiders go to work once again. Far side throw, that's caught by Giancarlos Miller, and he's tackled immediately by Javen Robinson at the 33-yard line after a gain of 4. Play stays in bounds. Clock continues to tick. Blazin Lono Wong speeds onto the field for Arizona State. 6.5 minutes remaining to be played. Hammond off play action on second down. His throw to the near side of the field is complete to Douglas, and he is bumped out of bounds by Keith Abney. And that is going to be close to a first down, but it might be about a yard short.
Yeah, the clock will keep running even though he got pushed out of bounds. So
they
that's
spot
good
it
news.
at the 28. It's 3rd down and 1.
False start.
A flag is thrown on the play. And it looked like the right guard, Davion Carter, may have moved before the snap, waiting for the official word on the penalty marker.
False start. Offense. Number 56. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Luke Richmond confirms it was indeed Davion Carter. So that turns a 3rd and 1 into a 3rd and 6 from the ASU 33-yard line. As the Sun Devils send veteran Anthony Cooper, who's made some big plays today and has a sack, and veteran Justin Watley into the lineup in that D line. 3rd and 6. Cam Dickey is the running back. Hammond on a designed run, looking for a space, looking for a hole, and Will Hammond able to get the ball upfield and has a first down to the 25-yard line. Under 5.5 minutes remaining. 1st and 10, Texas Tech. Cam Dickey is in at running back. Hammond looked like he might be changing the play.
There he goes, quarterback draw again here.
Hammond, 3-step drop. Plenty of time to throw this time. Fires downfield. It's complete to Reggie Virgil, and Virgil is going to be tackled. They're going to give him forward progress to the 16-yard line. It'll be a yard short of the first down. A 9-yard gain, the tackle made by cornerback Javen Robinson. Texas Tech is driving, but also time is coming off the clock, and they need 2 scores here. Hammond on second down throws far side. It's caught by Aiken with a first down, and he is tackled by Robinson, Javen Robinson, at the 9-yard line. 1st and goal, 4:35 and counting. Time remaining in regulation. ASU leads it 19-7. Cameron Dickey lined up to the left of Hammond. Hammond looking to throw. Throws for Dickey, far side. Dickey makes the catch and is popped out of bounds by Ghost Rouser at the 3-yard line. A gain of 6. That will stop the clock with 4:17 remaining in regulation. Texas Tech right back to the line of scrimmage. Compressed set of receivers to the right of the formation on second down. Hammond looking, throwing, and it's complete for a first down inside the 2-yard line to Reggie Virgil. The tackle made by Javen Robinson. Or it's 3rd and goal, I beg your pardon. 3rd and goal at the 1. 3rd and goal at the 1. It'll be Hammond trying to run the football, and Hammond just powers his way into the end zone for a Texas Tech touchdown.
Boogie Wilson has a shot at Hammond and goes right flying. Either here, was it here or Warren? One of the safeties came up, had a shot at Hammond. He slips out of it and gets in there for the touchdown.
So with 3:45 left to go, Texas Tech is back within a score.
Oh, it's Crooks. Crooks had the shot on him.
And give Hammond credit. He's had some tough moments today, but that was just a tough, powerful run to get into the end zone. The extra point is on the way, and it's good. And so with 3:45 remaining, it is now Arizona State 19 and Texas Tech 14. 3:45 remaining. The Sun Devils have all 3 of their timeouts left. The Red Raiders have 2. Arizona State is going to have to move the football. Try to take some time off the clock, get some first downs.
Well, it's interesting. That drive, ASU didn't blitz at all, right? They just tried to play back. They couldn't put any pressure with their front 4. They kind of got picked apart a little bit by, Will Hammond as he went down on that drive. But that's the right thing to do, right? Play back, make him go the distance, eat up time, and it was really set up by that that block punt in short field.
Yeah, and keep in mind that on the season, the Sun Devils blitz, I think, a little less than 20% of the time anyway. So what they have done today with the blitz, they've done a great job, but it's been a lot less. It looks like Tech may try an onside kick here.
No, I can't imagine. There's no way.
Stone Harrington now backs up a couple of extra steps, and now he will kick it deep. Jaron Hamilton will let it hit in the end zone for a touchback. And so ASU will start from its 25-yard line. Tech's defense had been on the field a lot in this football game, but Arizona State's defense has been out there quite a bit in these last few minutes of this fourth quarter. For the game, ASU with a little over 34 minutes time of possessions, and Texas Tech 22.
Yeah, the last 3 drives, ASU's run 31 plays, taken almost 16 minutes off the clock, and got a touchdown and a field goal. It was that punt really hurt them.
Ball security obviously critical right now for the Sun Devils. Rayleigh Brown, who on the day has 17 carries for 66 yards, is in at running back. On first down, Sam Levin under pressure. Just has to back up and throws it away. Boy, Jacob Rodriguez made a leaping attempt to get his hands on that ball as it floated toward the Texas Tech bench. But off his fingertips, incomplete. And the ball was thrown toward the line and past the line of scrimmage, so no grounding. It'll be second down and 10. But the clock stops on the incompletion. That's the problem the Devils are going to have. They've had a tough time running the ball on the Red Raiders. But you'd love to run the ball to eat up clock here. So how do you approach it? On second down, they'll run it here with Rayleigh Brown, and Brown just gets a couple of tough yards off the right side of his line out to the 27-yard line. That'll only pick up 2 on the play. And one of the last to get up, Jacob Rodriguez, along with Romello Height for Texas Tech. So a huge third down play. The clock continues to run. Joey McGuire not employing any of his 2 remaining timeouts yet. 3:10 and counting. Third down and 8. Mateer lined up in the backfield. Braun motions out of the backfield. Levitt trying to throw. He's not going anywhere. He gets dropped by Lee Hunter all the way back at the 17-yard line. And so Texas Tech will get the ball back after that loss of 8 yards. Canyon Floyd's last punt was partially blocked. And now Tech is going to get the ball likely in good field position with a chance for a go-ahead touchdown.
Mackey Stewart was in there. They had a true freshman offensive guard in there on that play, and he got beat on that play.
Good snap. Tech does not pressure the punt.
Oh,
Floyd
no.
does not get off a good kick. Oh, it's fielded on a bounce by Aiken. And down the sideline, Coy Aiken down to the 20, and he is inside the 20 to the 15-yard line. And the punting of Cameron Floyd has killed the Sun Devils these last two possessions. A partially blocked punt and then a shanked punt, and this one returned deep into Arizona State territory.
And that was just a 35-yard punt.
The Sun Devil special teams have melted down here in the late stages of this football game. A 32-yard punt, but a 38-yard return by Coy Aiken. And it will be 1st and goal for Texas Tech. Or excuse me, 1st and 10. They spotted at the 12-yard line.
Boy, they've got the ball twice in the fourth quarter on the ASU side of the 50-yard line, this time inside the 15.
That defense has been on the field a lot lately. It was Tech's defense that was spending a lot of the time on the field earlier in the day. But
Texas Tech has only run 59 plays. ASU's run 73. Time for these guys. You got a little gas left in the tank. They got to make a play here.
On 1st down, Hammond throwing for the end zone, and it is caught for a touchdown by Reggie Virgil just inside the far pylon. And with exactly 2 minutes to play, Texas Tech has taken the lead.
That may not be a bad thing, Tim. Honestly, rather than, ASU's going to get the ball back with about 2 minutes left.
Tech will likely go for 2. The touchdown makes it 20-19. And there are exactly 2 minutes to go. So the 2-minute timeout will follow Tech's 2-point conversion try. Going into that noisy south end zone. Hammond rolling to his right, sets up throws to the near side, and it's incomplete. And a flag is down. Caleb Douglas was the intended receiver. Keith Abney in coverage.
Holding on ASU. In the end zone, ball they put at the 1. ASU came with a blitz that
Holding.
time.
Defense. At the distance goal. We'll retry.
That was a nice call by Brian Ward. He blitzed the right side. Quarterback tried to roll out that way, and they had pressure on Hammond, forced him to throw that ball early. They just got the call on Abney in the end zone.
So again, Texas Tech will try for 2.
You think you go quarterback keep here of some kind?
The ball at the 1-yard line. Hammond is going to line up in the shotgun. Cameron Dickey, the running back. Hammond rolling to his left, trying to get to the end zone, and he will make it in there for the 2-point conversion. Boogie Wilson tried to use the shoulder to block his entry into the end zone, but Hammond too strong for that. And the 2-point conversion makes it a 3-point game at the 2-minute timeout. So now
this is the 2-minute timeout.
The Sun Devils still can tie with a field goal and go back in front with a touchdown. 2 minutes to play. Texas Tech 22, Arizona State 19. Timeout on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network. And that was our Old Dominion Best in the Game highlight. Old Dominion Freight Line works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Jordan Tyson's touchdown, the only touchdown of the day for Arizona State. The Sun Devil special teams, though, have melted down here in the fourth quarter with a couple of costly gaffes leading to a pair of Texas Tech touchdowns, including the one just caught by Reggie Virgil a few moments ago. And the adjoining 2-point conversion have given Texas Tech a 22-19 lead. Still 2 minutes to play, and Arizona State has all 3 timeouts remaining as Texas Tech kicker Stone Harrington has it teed up at the 35, and Jaron Hamilton is back a couple of yards deep in the end zone awaiting the kick, hoping for a chance to return it. High end over ender, but this will not be returnable. Hamilton will let it go through the end zone on one bounce for a touchback. And so the Sun Devils will go from their 25-yard line.
They got 3 timeouts.
They've outgained Texas Tech today, 331 yards to 240. But again, those costly gaffes, back-to-back punts where Texas Tech off of punts got better field position than what they had before. One was a partially blocked punt, returned to near midfield. The other was a poor punt that was fielded by an up man, Coy Aiken, and returned to him almost the 10-yard line. On first down, Sam Levitt, his throw over the middle, caught by Jordan Tyson, a short pass. Tyson tackled immediately. Rodriguez and cornerback Bryce Pollock are there. 6-yard gain to the 31. The Devils now in hurry-up mode, trying to conserve their timeouts. Again, a field goal would tie it for ASU, as again a deflected pass on second down, as once again it was A.J. Holmes, defensive lineman, who batted down that Levitt pass headed for the near side of the field. Jalen Moss has entered the game at a wide receiver position for ASU, the one-time Fresno State player who played his first game as a Sun Devil last week. 3rd and 4. From the 31-yard line. Levitt throw to the near side, and the pass is complete, and that'll be a first down. And the pass is caught by Derek Eusebio. His first catch of the day goes out of bounds at the 37, a 6-yard gain, but it moves the chains. The clock stops with 1:36 left to go. Texas Tech now leading it 22-19. Levitt 24-41, 270 yards, and a touchdown. Compressed formation on first down.
Levitt motions Tyson wide to the right.
Again,
got man-free coverage.
He's throwing deep for Tyson, but overthrew him on the far side. He was one-on-one with quarterback Bryce Pollock.
Tyson couldn't find the ball in the sun. He just didn't adjust to it.
Tyson looking back into that sun. There are shadows over most of the north end of the stadium surface here at Frank Cush Field.
Where they had the matchup they wanted. You get your best wide receiver on Pollock on second down and take that shot. I like that. I like the decision. Now it's covered 2 deep shell by the safeties for Texas Tech.
On second down and 10, again Sam wants to throw. That pass is caught, breaking a tackle, and getting close to the 45-yard line is Jordan Tyson. It's a pickup of around 7 yards, and it will set up a 3rd down play. Devils hurry to the line of scrimmage, under 1:15 remaining. ASU trails by 3, 22-19. On 3rd down, Levitt, quick slant, and it's thrown behind Jaron Hamilton, incomplete. Hamilton was coming on a deep slant, and the ball was thrown behind him. And so now this football game comes down to one last play for Arizona State. A 4th down, 4th and 3, the ball just shy of the ASU 45-yard line. They have to get to the 47 to move the chains.
Yeah, slant route left side. That ball 3 yards behind Hamilton on that throw. Got a man, it looks like cover 0. They got to bring the house here? Yep, they do.
Empty formation. Levitt flushed out of the pocket, rolls right, throws on the run. As Tyson to the 30, Tyson to the 25. Tyson tripped up inside the 25-yard line, down at around the 22. Levitt rolling to his right. For a moment, I thought he was going to try to run for the first down. He saw Tyson and just floated a touch pass into Tyson's midsection, and Jordan took off on a 33-yard gain.
I thought he was going to run for it too. Tyson opens himself up. If Tyson's healthy, Tim, I think he scores. He kind of half pulls up around the 20, and gotta like what he did right there. But
Charge timeout. Arizona State. This is their 1st and a half. It'll be a 30-second timeout.
Devils call timeout to stop the clock with 55 seconds still remaining.
yeah, Tyson kind of pulls up. They call
You're
timeout.
Right. We're looking at the replay here, and I think a fully healthy Jordan Tyson, he has a step on the defense. He's gone.
He's gone. But I think that was a good timeoout, too. Let Tyson get his breath back. You got 3 timeouts. Burn one here.
That's why you conserve your timeouts to the end of the game, isn't it?
Yeah, and now if you're Marcus Arroyo, you got to figure out what you like. Do you like a shot here? Because your red zone hasn't been super strong. Tight end's been a little bit quiet. But I'll tell you what, money time, ball seems to find 0.
Does it ever?
Also, nice job by, we've gotten some good receiving yards also by Jaron Hamilton. He's got 3 catches, 101 yards.
Tyson, 9 catches, 97 yards, and a touchdown. 1st and 10 from the Tech 22. Straight drop back. Levitt throws to the near side. It's caught by Tyson, and he backpedals out of bounds with Amir Boyd in coverage. The two having a conversation with each other. They're going to mark Jordan out of bounds at the 14-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Clock stops with 51 seconds remaining in regulation. A field goal ties it. A touchdown puts the Sun Devils ahead. And now Tyson, 10 catches and is over 100 yards, 105 yards on the day.
Harpool's inside receiver to the right.
Whistle blows just as the ball was snapped to Sam Levitt. I don't see any hankies down, and I think Joey McGuire got a timeout for Texas Tech.
Timeout, Texas Tech. This is their second and a half. Be a 30-second timeout.
Sam Levitt passing on the day, 28 of 47. He has crossed 300 yards, 1 touchdown. And Will Hammond, 21 of 35, 155 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Interesting stat on Texas Tech. When the opponents score under 25 points, McGuire's 20-1. ASU scores here, gets a touchdown. They're going to be over the top of that, and that stat will hold.
Here's a stat for you as well. ASU has won the last 6 games in which Jordan Tyson has caught 100 or more yards in receiving yards, and he is at 105 today on 10 catches. This is his 10th career 100-yard game, his 9th at Arizona State.
He's got 17 targets on the day.
2nd down and 2 at the Texas Tech 14. Levitt to throw. Levitt in trouble. Throwing one for the end zone, and it's incomplete, but a flag is down. Levitt was backpedaling, threw off his back foot, just floated it up into the end zone. Pass intended for Tyson. A penalty marker. 2 markers are down in the end zone.
In the end zone's the big wording right there.
We still haven't gotten the signal yet as to what the infraction is. Here we go.
Pass interference, defense, number 14. The ball will be placed at the 2-yard line. 1st down.
Bryce Pollock, the cornerback, flagged for interference. So the Sun Devils are 2 yards away from a go-ahead touchdown. 46 seconds remaining. ASU still has 2 timeouts left.
Magic of the sunburst helmet right here, right?
They sprint to the line of scrimmage. Levitt under center.
Eagle front.
And Levitt will try to sneak it in. They're going to try the tush push to get him there, and they stop him just shy of the goal line. Just shy of the goal line, and very quickly the whistles blow. And I think the Sun Devils have burned their 2nd timeout.
I'm not sure I don't do that again. Sun Devil burn a timeout, or did McGuire?
They spot the ball at the 1-yard line.
Texas Tech. This is our final timeout of the half.
So
we have 30-second timeout.
So
Please reset the game clock to 38 seconds. 0, 3, 8.
They're going to add 5 seconds to the clock. It currently shows 33 seconds. Now it shows 38. And the Devils tried with all their might to do their version of the Philadelphia Eagle tush push to push Sam Levitt across that goal line. He got as far as the 1, but the Red Raiders wouldn't let him get any further. So it's 2nd down and goal from the 1. 1 yard away, but Remember, the Sun Devils were 1 yard away from a possible clinching touchdown at Mississippi State. Had to settle for a field goal. Took a brief 3-point lead and then lost on a touchdown pass with 30 seconds remaining. Here they are again in a similar scenario at home against 7th-ranked Texas Tech. And it looks like they're going to try that same deal. A huddle, a quick sprint to the line of scrimmage. Levitt lines up under center. Levitt pitches to Rayleigh Brown, and Rayleigh Brown trying to get across.
Touchdown.
And he does. Touchdown Devils. Rayleigh Brown muscles across the goal line with 34 seconds left to go to put Arizona State back on top.
Officials timeout for an injury on the offense.
There is an injured player on the Sun Devil offense.
Mateer, he's
Shimon
up.
Mateer, but he is up and jogging to the near sideline. And what a clutch drive that was.
Yep.
Arizona State coughed up the lead on a pair of special teams gaffes in the fourth quarter. But when they absolutely had to, the Devils drive the ball the length of the field on this stout Red Raider defense.
Big kick right here, though. It's a 3-point game. You need this to extend it to 4. Still 34 on the clock.
Which would mean Tech would need a touchdown to win. Jesus Gomez on to attempt the extra point. Here's the snap. Kick's airborne. Kick's good. And so with 34 seconds left, Arizona State's Kia scoring drive. One of the best clutch drives of the Kenny Dillingham era. 10 plays, 75 yards, a minute 26 elapsed. A tough 1-yard run by Rayleigh Brown to get that touchdown. And so now it's 26-22 in favor of Texas Tech. And now 34 seconds left, and keep in mind Tech does not have any timeouts remaining.
Good point. You know, the interesting thing is I like that play call. You went quarterback draw. They call it a sugar huddle. Real quick, you're 4 yards away, come up fast.
And sprint.
They've shown a lot of quarterback keeps or sneaks out of it. That time they went
I like that
kind
too.
of a little toss option, just a different look that they drew up and got it into Rayleigh's hands. He uses that extra strength from the, he put a lot of weight on this summer. That showed right there on the goal line. Can we just bang this ball all the way to Scottsdale?
That would be the plan, but let's see how much oomph is left in that busy right leg, or left leg, I should say, of Jesus Gomez. As Jesus approaches the football, and it's going to be a short end-over-end kick, fielded by one of the up men and dropped at the 34-yard line. And I believe that was a reserve Texas Tech linebacker Trent Lowe who fielded that ball.
If we're offsides, it's going to be a 5-yard on top of.
Why would you do that?
I have no clue. I mean, the special teams decisions or executions are going to be something that'll be talked about this week for sure. And this game should have been over 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, that's a great point. I just don't understand why you do that.
Offside, kicking team number 87. 5-yard penalty, and we will re-kick.
Re-kick.
I'll take that.
That's interesting. I'm not sure why Texas Tech would do that.
Maybe they don't think our kicker can kick it that far.
I would certainly hope they would rethink the kickoff paradigm on this time.
0-3-2.
So Gomez will have to tee the ball up.
Thank you.
At the 30. I mean, this is a guy who's kicked 57-yard field goals in his career, so he has leg strength. But I don't see why in the world you would run any risk of giving your opponent improved field position, even though they have to get a touchdown to go ahead. And now Jacoby Williams and reserve receiver Leighton Stone are back deep for Texas Tech. They're lined up at around the 15-yard line. Let's see what Gomez has been instructed to do here from the 30. Jesus approaches, and it's a worm burner, a kick that rolls down, picked up by Cam Dickey inside the 30. Dickey runs into his own man, tries to get outside, and is finally dragged down with precious time coming off the clock for Texas Tech. And I believe that might have been the Houston transfer, Maurice Williams, who made the tackle. 25 seconds are left. And again, no timeouts for the Red Raiders. They spot the ball at the 36-yard line. Again, I guess the only possible thing is maybe you just don't know if Gomez can get it that far.
Gomez must be, maybe he's hurt.
Could be. We'll have to find out.
Okay, a 3-man rush. ASU's going to drop 8.
Sun Devils have 3 defenders back at the Texas Tech at the ASU 35-yard line.
They're going to rush 3.
Here's Hammond on first down. Hammond runs to the far side of the field, and Hammond is bumped out of bounds by Keyshawn Elliott and has a first down just shy of midfield. He's out of bounds at the 48-yard line. 18 seconds remaining. A 12-yard pickup for Hammond. Arizona State still has 2 timeouts left, but they don't want to use them now.
That extra point was huge, right? Making it a 4-point game.
Texas Tech, no timeouts.
You got a 3-5-3 defense, 3 down linemen, 5 defenders, 12 yards off the ball.
Hammond back to pass. Pressure. He'll take off and run. He's to the 45, slides forward with a first down at the 40-yard line. 10 seconds remaining. Clock stops while they reset the chains. Texas Tech speeds to the line of scrimmage to try to clock the ball. And Hammond will do just that. 7 seconds left to go. Ball at the Arizona State 40-yard line. So it basically at some point it appears is going to come down to a Hail Mary pass.
I almost think you take 5 yards here real quick and just shorten it up.
And they have the opportunity to do that, but again, they have no timeouts. And now the Sun Devils are going to deploy 8 defenders.
I'll take time. That's a good timeout right there because they take a 5 or 10 yard out route, and then all of a sudden it's really short. ASU was 25 yards deep.
Arizona State.
I think they were giving up too much grass right there.
They had 8 defenders between the 20-yard line and the goal line, did ASU.
But the ball's on the 40-yard line, so they could have just fired it out there, picked up 15 yards, and then now it's a 30, 35-yard pass.
The ball's at the 40-yard line of ASU, 7 seconds remaining. If Tech does what you suggest, they do have time to do it, but they've got to be quick, and the ball has to go to the sideline.
But there was nobody out there. I mean, you're going to get 10 yards. If they line up like that, I think you take the 10, move it to the 30, and then take your shot on the last play of the game.
Yeah. Again, one way or another, whether it's this play or the next one, it is likely going to come down to a Hail Mary. ASU 26, Texas Tech 22. 7 seconds remaining. Red Raiders have it at the Sun Devil 40. Hammond throws quickly to the near side. The ball is caught, and the pass receiver, Coy Aiken, immediately sprints out of bounds with a first down to the 28. So now it is a 28-yard throw to the end zone, and it will have to be to the end zone because there are 3 seconds remaining.
ASU's going to rush 3, so he's going to have plenty of time. The receivers don't have to get that far to get in the end zone.
So the ball game comes down to this final play from the 28-yard line of Arizona State, and now one of the officials comes in to indicate that Arizona State has called a timeout.
Arizona State. It's the 3rd and final timeout of the half.
It's the Sun Devils' final timeout. Texas Tech needs a 28-yard prayer to be answered to win the game. Arizona State needs to stop that 28-yard prayer to pull off the upset and win this game over the Red Raiders.
We're talking about getting your money's worth all the way through the entire game. It's
boy.
450. Kenny Dillingham was probably, 35 years old when he started the game? He's 36 now.
Yeah.
12-yard play on the first, 12 on the second, 12 on the third. And
that's the advantage of having gray hair. It can't get any grayer, right?
I would take gray hair. Blonde hair, brown hair.
Oh.
I just need a little hair.
You look just fine, my friend.
I got wavy hair.
Sun Devils
Waving
send
goodbye.
how many guys? Is it 6 that are lined up inside the 5-yard line or at the goal line? 3 to rush, and there's 1 out on the flanks. Here we go, final play as Hammond now scrambles to his right. He's being chased. He throws the ball up for grabs in the end zone, and it is batted away, incomplete, and down come the goalposts. Here come the fans. The Sun Devils have knocked off 7th-ranked Texas Tech 26-22 in a thriller this afternoon at Mountain America Stadium. Oh my goodness, what a football game, as Arizona State has knocked off 7th-ranked Texas Tech 26-22. The Sun Devils showing a lot of late spunk after a couple of special teams misplays had led to 2 go-ahead touchdowns for the Red Raiders in the 4th quarter. But ASU, after they fell behind, had the wherewithal to drive 75 yards in less than 2 minutes. A 1-yard touchdown run by Rayleigh Brown put them ahead in the final minute, and the defense able to hold off on the last desperation bid by Texas Tech to win the football game on a Hail Mary. And now there is a sea of humanity on the gridiron here at Mountain America Stadium as the students storm the field to celebrate with their team. Again, the final, Arizona State 26, Texas Tech 22, and we're back at delirious Mountain America Stadium after this timeout on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network.